The following is a presentation of the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Notre Dame Stadium in South Bend, Indiana.
In the world is more famous for playing football.
I know the odds be great or small, old Notre Dame will win overall.
We're going inside him.
He's going inside the 5.
We're going outside him.
Right up the middle, touchdown, Notre Dame.
We had that guy step up and be the next man in.
Steps up, throws, completes, ball pitched behind, ball on the ground. Game over. Notre Dame knocks off number 1.
That's how you play Notre Dame football.
It's time for Notre Dame football. Fighting Irish football is sponsored by Notre Dame partners Cannon Solutions America, Coca-Cola, Cooper Tire, Tourism Ireland, Under Armour, and Visit South Bend. Now, let's send it out to the broadcast booth, along with Notre Dame football legend Ryan Harris, the voice of the Irish, Paul Burmeister.
One more time here at Notre Dame Stadium this season, and one final time for 40 seniors being honored here today on Senior Day. And that number is correct, Ryan Harris. 40 seniors being honored here today.
And also a double-digit transfer class as well. So an amazing story of resilience with this senior class. And as we're watching the field right now, I get goosebumps thinking about it myself. You jog out, they call your name, and they're not having mom and dad out there because of COVID. Second year in a row. Feel bad for these seniors.
Well, what's happening down there right now? We have seniors running from the end zone out to midfield to be honored. First of all, that number 40, a number of those players will be back next year. We don't know exactly which ones, but with the extra year granted because of COVID, some of these seniors being honored here today will be back to play again next year. But hey, headline here today, it's Notre Dame against Georgia Tech. The Fighting Irish come in 9-1, 5-game win streak, ranked number 8 in the most recent college football playoff rankings, taking on Georgia Tech, a team that comes in at 3-7, and they have a losing streak of 4 games. As you have studied the Fighting Irish and the Yellow Jackets getting ready for this game here today, Ryan, what jumps out to you about the opponent here today?
Well, there's going to be opportunity everywhere for Notre Dame. And defensively especially, you want to practice getting after the quarterback in this game against Georgia Tech. You outsize their defensive line, but you have to outperform. And it's tough on Senior Day. I mean, you've been through it. I've been through it. There are a ton of emotions you're feeling as a player. When you're a senior, you don't think about your senior game until it actually happens. You're not planning for that. And then, oh, by the way, you got juniors on the team who are saying, oh, goodness, this is going to be me next year. So there's a lot of distractions, but a huge opportunity to run the football on offense and dominate on the defensive line defensively.
We continue the good fortune with the weather as well. Temperature in the mid-40s. The sun is shining. The wind minimal, 8 to 10 miles per hour. We thought it might be up around 15 or 20 heading into the day, but the wind isn't too much of a factor right now. And a beautiful afternoon for any kind of day, but especially for Senior Day.
Yeah, my Senior Day was raining and sleeting as we played Navy, and this has been amazing weather all year, as you mentioned. Fantastic for the fans to be here in attendance. I think the fans kind of celebrate the senior game, too, as the final home game of the season. And, you know, it's kind of sprung up on all of us. It's strange to even say it out loud.
And the seniors right now continuing to run out from the tunnel to our right, out to midfield. And here's how it's working for the Senior Day, I guess, festivities, you could say. They will see their parents on the field after the game. So right now it's a moment to have a picture with Brian Kelly. Their face and everything about them and their career runs on the big scoreboard to our left. They run out as they are right now, and they congratulate the other seniors. Then once the game is over after the alma mater, then mom and dad get to come down and spend time with them.
I think that's better overall, because when I came out there, my mom was blubbering, crying. My dad was crying. You know, when was the last time you saw your parents crying? They were happy, right? So it's kind of an emotional adjustment you have to make there pregame. But the seniors getting highlighted. And another thing they highlight on the big screen when they bring the players out, their major, their degree. That matters here at Notre Dame. And Coach Kelly continuing the tradition of graduating champions, in this class falling right in line.
6 minutes, 30 seconds left until kickoff between Notre Dame and Georgia Tech. Is so much of the talk about Notre Dame, I mean, locally, nationally, heading into this game, hasn't been only focused on the game. It's been about the college football playoff rankings. Notre Dame ranked number 8. And I guess continuing with this theme of that conversation is attached to the Fighting Irish for the rest of the season. You look in front of Notre Dame, Michigan State getting blanked right now by Ohio State. So if the Fighting Irish take care of business here today against Georgia Tech, they will be allowed to move up at least one spot.
Yeah, at least one, and Michigan still plays Ohio State, which Ohio State looks like the Ohio State that everybody thinks of. So I think that's going to take care of itself. I don't see two Big Ten teams in the top 4 to end the season. The big question, will Cincinnati win out? Will Oregon beat Utah today? And that's a big game. Utah ranked 24th, I believe, in the AP poll. So there's a chance that Oregon goes down as well, but Notre Dame just has to focus on today. You cannot be distracted by the noise. That's a good life skill to learn, and these players get to play a game today, some of them their final game at home as a Notre Dame football player.
So Michigan State's in front of Notre Dame in the rankings, getting hammered in Columbus. You look a couple spots behind the Fighting Irish in the top 10, Wake Forest at number 10. They're losing right now, mid-third to Clemson, 24-13. A little over 5 minutes now until kickoff between Notre Dame and Georgia Tech. And once Notre Dame gets the ball, and it's been early here recently, they've been getting the ball a lot to start these games. We will see if this, I don't want to use the word dominance up front, but they have been controlling games with the offensive line and the talents of Kyron Williams. We'll see if that continues.
Well, and I want it to start right away. I mean, against Navy here at home, they had 2 3-and-outs to start the game. This is the time of year where you need to be dominant. You need to execute. There are no excuses. The offensive line's been together. Kyron Williams is 130-some-odd yards away from 1,000 yards rushing. Run the ball, protect your quarterback, and stay on schedule. First down, second down, first down. First down, second down, first down. This is the game where you get into that rhythm. And then defensively, you have got to establish dominance against your opponent. Force them into third and long, third and long, third and long. And that's how you start to prepare, because the talent of Georgia Tech is not going to be like the talent Notre Dame faces in whatever bowl game they go to.
Hey, Kurt Heinisch, the senior out of Pittsburgh, the most recent one to be honored here over the loudspeaker and jogging out from the tunnel to midfield, getting high fives and hugs from his teammates, from his fellow seniors there at midfield. 59th game here today. It's just amazing that a college player can have 59 games, easily a Notre Dame record.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable wear and tear on the body. That's what I go to right away. Not 59 games. Ugh, I mean, how much Advil's he taking before the game, you know? But just a really, really solid player for Notre Dame, and Kurt Heinisch. Also, Myron Tonga-Viloa Amosa. I do not know why, but for the life of me, people miss his impact. He is one of the most dominant defensive line players in the NFL. Talking to scouts, they ask me about him frequently. Myron Tonga-Viloa Amosa has fought injuries twice now, back-to-back seasons, and really put together a fantastic senior season.
You hear the reaction from the crowd here in South Bend. Georgia Tech behind a giant Georgia Tech flag, running out of their tunnel now, and the Yellow Jackets in the gold helmets, the white jerseys with the Navy numbers, and the gold pants with the white and blue stripes down the side. Season started out pretty well for Georgia Tech, Ryan. They were 3-3. They knocked off North Carolina. At that time, they were ranked number 21. They beat them by a little more than 3 touchdowns, but they haven't won a game since.
Yeah, they just have not been able to find a groove offensively. They're still transitioning with the personnel. It's not like in the NFL where, hey, you get a new coach, you can release some guys that don't fit. You're stuck with some guys here in college, and Georgia Tech, one of the few schools that honors the 4-year commitment when they give it to a player. So you still have some triple option players trying to play a pro-style offense, and that, to me, watching the film, that's where Georgia Tech just has not been able to find a rhythm due to personnel and play call.
Yeah, it felt like for so long they were that triple option team under Paul Johnson. He was there for 10 years, left in 2018. Jeff Collins, the current head coach, he came in, and as you mentioned, Ryan, they're still in that transition from what was clearly 100% their identity as that triple option team into this, transformation into more of a pro-style attack. The offense has been better than the defense.
Yes.
They've been often scoring more than 30 points per game, but they have a hard time preventing less than 30 points per game, too.
Yeah, it's always tough as well for me to say, okay, you're scoring 30 points per game, but you're in the ACC. It's a little different. You're scoring 30 points a game in the SEC. Okay, now let's talk.
And it's heads. Which way would you like to kick, man? That way? All right, flip around.
You called it, Paul.
Gentlemen, Notre Dame won the toss and chose to receive. Good luck, man.
And Notre Dame with the ball to start the game. That has just been the way here this season.
They've chosen it. When they didn't win the toss, the team's deferred. Interesting, too, Kyron Williams in that captain's huddle for the first time. And if you're Kyron Williams, focus on this year, absolutely. But he's got some tough decisions to make moving forward. He will be eligible for the NFL draft. You know, a lot of scouts and coaches, players in football, you've heard this phrase too. You know, there's only a certain amount of miles when you come to running backs. Do you want to use those miles here in college, or you want to get paid per mile in the NFL? Josh Adams, great Notre Dame running back, knows that as well, went to Philly and just hasn't been able to create a career. So Kyron Williams, a lot of players on this roster facing some tough conversations, and life really gets a lot bigger after this game.
45 seconds and counting now until Georgia Tech and Notre Dame kick it off. And as long as we're talking running backs in the history, and also Kyron Williams, Darius Walker, former teammate of yours, Ryan, the last running back to go back-to-back seasons, 1,000 yards. That was 05 and 06. A lot of it thanks to the man to my left. I know that is true, but Kyron Williams has 872, so he needs a $128 to 1,000. Talked to him yesterday. He said that is on my mind. A 1,000-yard season is absolutely my #1 individual goal.
And it should be. He has fought for every single yard. I don't know what the stat is in college football, but he has to have broken the most tackles out of any running back. You're lucky to watch him if you see him in person, and Notre Dame's lucky to have him as an ambassador for not only the football program, but for the mentality of the alumni. We're going to create our success no matter the situation, and no one's done that better than Kyron Williams this year.
Well, here we go here in South Bend, about ready for the kickoff. The Fighting Irish coming in at 9-1, Georgia Tech at 3-7. Gavin Stewart has the green light to kick it off. Sprints up, ball is in the air, and we are underway. Chris Tyree from his own 1-yard line across the 10, 20, has some room across the right side. 35, 40, far sidelines 45, and cut down just as he got inside a Yellow Jacket territory. How's that for a start for Notre Dame on Senior Day? Great job by Brian Polian's group on special teams. 51-yard return. Tackle made by Gavin Stewart.
Well, with that kick return, hey, Irish fans, it's time to raise your pint of Guinness and toast to Notre Dame football as they take the field against the Yellow Jackets. Game time, Guinness time. Cheers,
Paul. To you, Ryan, as well. Remember, please enjoy responsibly. Guinness, official beer of Notre Dame alumni and fans. Diageo Beer Company, New York, New York. Kyron Williams in the backfield now, 1st and 10 for Notre Dame on their first play from scrimmage from the Georgia Tech 48. Jack Cohn in the shotgun. Play action, stands in, looks, nice pocket. Floats one out, complete, near sideline, 20-15. Kevin Austin on the flag route was wide open. Jack Cohn put it right on him. Throw into his left. 38-yard gain on the first play from scrimmage.
All day to throw by the offensive line, and awesome by Coach Tommy Reese, offensive coordinator, say, hey, let's throw the ball to our senior on Senior Day.
Big chunk plays available. Phil Jerkovic, the former Notre Dame quarterback, playing for Boston College last week, averaged 24 yards completion against this group. Cohn to pass again in the pocket, in trouble, down he goes. Sacked on the 23-yard line just as a penalty marker came in.
Holding, number 75, offense, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Well, the Yellow Jackets.
Penalties declined, second down.
Penalties, oh, interesting that they declined that penalty, but the Yellow Jackets blitzed on that play, and Jack Cohn just didn't realize Kyron Williams went out to the left, hit the blitzing backer, and Kyron turned around right away for the ball. When that blitzing linebacker comes on your running back, you got to dot the running back because you're running out of time, and Jack Cohn just missed it right there.
Wes Jackson, the outside linebacker, leads the ACC in tackles, was in for the sack. Loss of 11, 2nd and 21 from the 21. Cohn's in the shotgun as Williams to his left. Hands to Williams up the middle, bounces out to the left side, 20. Little stiff arm, didn't work, and he goes down at the 17-yard line. Up the middle, out to the left for a gain of 4. Tariq Carpenter, the safety, with the tackle.
And that was a bend back run, meaning Kyron Williams went out to the right and then turned to the left to run downfield. But against this Virginia Tech defense, when I watch the film, just go north and south. The hole will be there, especially to start the game. You want to be physical and fast to surprise your opponent.
3rd and goal now from the 17. We'll see if Jack Cohn is in the shotgun, goes for the end zone here, or just tries to get some more yardage to set up a field goal for Jonathan Dorr. Ball's on the near hash. He drops back. Georgia Tech rushes 4. Cohn in trouble, and Cohn is sacked. On the 24-yard line, the pocket caved in. Jordan Dominic, the defensive end, was there first, and that's a loss of 7.
Josh Lugg is having a rough game to start, right tackle for Notre Dame. And when I watch the film offensively, rewatch the games, Paul, he gets in trouble when he doesn't extend his hands. I had an offensive line coach that would scream from the sidelines, extension, extension. You really got to extend. Josh Lugg has that height and weight at 6'7". He just got his corner turned because his hands were too close to his body.
Jonathan Dorr from the left hash, 41-yard field goal attempt. He's 13 out of 17 this season. 4 out of 5 from between 40 and 49. There's the snap, hold, kick is up, will be plenty long, and it's good. Jonathan Dorr on senior day, playing in his 53rd game, second all-time only to Kurt Hinish, by the way. His field goal makes it Notre Dame 3 and Georgia Tech nothing. 12:35 left in the first quarter here on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
This holiday season, keep auto value in mind when shopping for holiday gifts. For big gifts and little stocking stuffers, shop first at your local Auto Value Auto Parts store. This month, ATD 3-piece plier sets are just $28.95, and a 12-in-1 multi-tool is just $9.95, while the Wilmar Cobb Work Light is only $7.95 this month. For stocking stuffers galore, visit your conveniently located and locally owned Auto Value Auto Parts store, where service is the difference. We get it.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and navage? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E.
BC Powder knows life pushes us to the max. Work to the max. Family to the max. It can all mean pain to the max. So BC introduces new BC Max Strength. New BC Max relieves tough headaches and body pain at the speed of powder. Nothing stronger on pain without a prescription. Pain to the max? New BC Max. In a great tasting lemonade flavor.
Looking to share all the great Notre Dame athletics traditions with other Irish fans while away from campus? You can visit the new Fighting Irish Pub Network to find Notre Dame fans and programming at local establishments nationwide. To find Game Watch locations, earn prizes, and more, you can visit fightingirishpubnetwork.com. 12:35 left in the first quarter here in South Bend. Notre Dame leads Georgia Tech 3-0. First time they touch the ball, they go 5 plays, 24 yards. Terrific kickoff return from Chris Tyree, set them up there. They only took 2:25 off the clock. 41-yard field goal from Jonathan Dorr. And Notre Dame leads 3-0. Paul Burmeister, Ryan Harris in the booth. On that drive, it started out so well, Ryan, with Tyree's long return, then a 38-yard connection from Cone to Austin, but then 2 sacks. They started moving the wrong way there. 3 runs, technically, for negative 13 yards.
Yeah, that's not how you want to start the game. And when you look at where Notre Dame wants to be in the college football playoff conversation, those are the kind of situations you have to capitalize. You start on the 50, you get 1st and 10 on the 12. That has to be a touchdown, not only for the game and for the confidence, but Paul, I'm holding on to my pumpkin pie here. I was going to eat it after the first touchdown. I still got to wait.
Jonathan Dorr's kickoff, a low one, picked up at the 15, run across the 25, middle of the field, and making it out to the 30-yard line goes Azunde Ray. And that's a return of 17 yards. So Georgia Tech with a lot of quarterback questions coming into the game. Similar, Ryan, to last week when no one really knew who would be the Virginia quarterback until moments before the game. So we wait for the Georgia Tech offense to jog out. And it is number 13, Jordan Yates. Jeff Sims, who was the starter last year and the preferred starter this year, I believe will not play here today due to injury. So Jordan Yates making his 5th career start. Also played last week at Boston College. 6 foot 195 out of Alpharetta, Georgia. 1st and 10 from his own 30. Drops back to pass, in trouble. Ball goes in the air, falls incomplete. He was drilled on the blitz. They're calling it a fumble. Scooped up, run back inside the 5. Down to the 2-yard line goes Jack Kaiser. And the ball was knocked out by J.D. Bertrand. 27-yard return by Jack Kaiser. Thought it was an incomplete pass. They're calling it a fumble. And it's 1st and goal Notre Dame on the 4-yard line.
They'll review it, but you mentioned it. J.D. Bertrand, not with the pressure.
Is an incomplete pass.
He came around on the blitz and absolutely destroyed Jordan Yates.
Play is under further review.
We're watching the replay. That looks like a fumble to me. Yates was throwing the ball, and it didn't kind of come forward by the time that.
That's close.
It's close. That's close. But
so as soon as Yates got back in the part of his motion where he started to come forward, that is when Bertrand hit him. The ball popped in the air. It's a call that could go either way. It was called incomplete on the field.
I always thought it had to come past the helmet. That's the lineman way. Like, until it goes past the helmet, it's not a throw. But he was moving forward slightly, hit the hand, and the ball was thrown. He was in the throwing motion.
He was just starting to bring that forward. And oftentimes the tiebreaker is what was the call on the field.
Yes.
Call on the field was an incomplete pass. Either way, a tremendous blitz there by J.T. Bertrand. He came on a full sprint up the middle untouched.
To snatch the soul of Jordan. And try being Jordan Yates now. That was the first play of the game. Notre Dame just got into your face right there, getting all up in your chili. And now you got to go back and probably pass the ball again, or you're going to your coach. Please, can we hand it off? I just want to take my breath here, catch my breath.
Well, as they take a look at it, Georgia Tech, even though they are only 3-7, offense has not been their biggest problem. They've actually scored 30 points or more in 4 of the last 5 games, so they've been putting up points. It's stopping the opponent that's been the major problem for the Yellow Jackets.
After further review, the quarterback's hand was coming forward before he released the pass. The ruling on the field is confirmed. Second down.
We're talking about maybe 6 inches of forward movement before the ball was knocked out. Heck of a play by J.D. Bertrand. And that's the physicality and quickness you want to start the game with. Hey, we're coming after you. Play 1.
So Jordan Yates starts out 0 for 1 last week against Boston College. He was 17 out of 28 for a very modest 130 yards and also ran the ball 12 times for 47 yards. Making his 5th career start here against the Irish. Second down 10 from his own 30. Hands off inside, right up the middle across the 35 and cut down middle of the field at the 36. Jahmyr Gibbs brought down by Jason Ademilola. Gain of 6. And as for Jahmyr Gibbs, Ryan, number 1 for Georgia Tech, ranks number 2 nationally in all-purpose yards a game at 168.
Yeah, that was a physical run. They ran a trap run, the kind of wham back play from the Parcells era offense. And Howard Cross just got caught in the middle. But that's a play you run once, and now Howard Cross throws that shoulder underneath to slip that block and force that outside.
He's still an option here on 3rd and 4, middle of the field. On their own 36, Yates from the shotgun. He drops back. Notre Dame brings 4. He throws to his right, complete on the quick slant and tackled immediately on the 47-yard line. A throw and a catch for a first down. Kyron McGowan, gain of 11, right in front of Cam Hart.
And Cam Hart there playing excellent defense. His hand just a little high as he got the football. So Cam Hart, great coverage, just didn't get the play.
Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield just to the right of Yates. On 1st and 10 from their own 47. Claps for the ball. Here comes a blitz. Yates around the left side, cuts it back up the middle. Little hole across the 50. And Hart running out to the 45-yard line to the Fighting Irish. Houston Griffith made the stop. Gain of 8.
Yeah, right there. Just a wide zone now from Georgia Tech. They're trying everything they can to create some running lanes. And because of the blitz backside, they had a wide open grass to run to the left.
2nd and 2 now from the Notre Dame 45. 10:47 and counting left in the first quarter in South Bend. Notre Dame leads Georgia Tech 3-0. Yates takes the snap, drops back in the shotgun. He's in trouble. Just gets rid of the ball. Intercepted. This will be a pick 6. 20, 15, 10. Into the end zone goes Jack Kaiser. 42-yard touchdown. Isaiah Foskey with the furious blitz knocked the ball out. Kaiser picked it out of the air, ran by himself 42 yards to the end zone.
And just 4 plays ago, they called the play dead when Jack Kaiser was running to the end zone. Not this time. Excellent pursuit by Isaiah Foskey. Not only just beating his lineman, but accelerating to the quarterback. That's what forced Yates to throw the ball under duress right into the open arms of Jack Kaiser. What a play.
20th takeaway of the season for the Fighting Irish defense. Leads to the Jack Kaiser 42-yard pick 6. 10:33 left. It's 9-0 Notre Dame as Jonathan Dorr waits for his chance to make it 10-0. Snap, hold, kick. All 3 are good. 10:33 remaining in the first quarter here in South Bend. Notre Dame leads Georgia Tech 10-0. You're listening to Fighting Irish Football.
You can fill empty plates and make this Thanksgiving possible for those who struggle with hunger. I'm Mary Jo Martinek with the Food Bank of Northern Indiana. It's been a year of hunger and hardship for so many working families, seniors, and children in our communities. A $1 donation provides 4 meals for someone struggling. Fill empty plates and bring hope this Thanksgiving for those who need it most. Find out how you can help at feedindiana.org.
Legendary comedian Damon Wayans its personal tour.
Life is like a roller coaster ride. Tink, tink, tink. And then you come up over that ridge, and there's 21. Drugs, sex, venereal disease. What? And then the ride goes into that first loop, and you come out, boom, now you're 40 years old, your kids hate you, and you still got student loans.
Damon Wayans. Friday, February 18th at 9 p.m. Eastern at Silver Creek Event Center at Four Winds Casino. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Damon Wayans. Silver Creek Event Center at Four Winds Casino, New Buffalo.
Yeah, that's right. I bet you didn't expect to see me here. Well, here I am. Let me tell you about a little something called respect. You ever heard of it? You know what? I think it's not...
You're good at using your time in the shower to replay conversations and say what you should have said. We're good at your insurance. Find an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
I think it's time for you to get out of it. You should just leave.
This is Notre Dame football on Sunny 101.5.
Jack Kaiser just scored from 42 yards out. Isaiah Foskey with a tremendous blitz on Jordan Yates, knocked the ball out. Picked out of the air by Kaiser, and he ran by himself to the end zone. And Ryan Harris is a man of his word. He said he was not going to eat the pumpkin pie that he brought up here to the booth until Notre Dame scored a touchdown. And he took care of that in the break.
That's why you never say offensive or defensive touchdown. You just leave it open, right? You leave it open like that.
Wise, savvy.
So now I got like a 20-minute head start on my pumpkin pie. It was excellent. But while we're talking about Isaiah Foskey and the play he made, I mean, he's a player that he's going to have some tough decisions too. I mean, Isaiah Foskey could be a top two round draft pick, especially if he puts together a great, off-season and testing numbers. So fun for Isaiah Foskey to get that, but in this senior game, in this final home game, we got to bring up the guys that are playing so well. They have decisions to make.
Yeah, 40 seniors being honored, 40 quote seniors, those who have a degree, those who will earn a degree in the spring. A number of those being honored today will be back again here to play at Notre Dame next season. Jonathan Doerr jogs up to the ball, kicks it away. Notre Dame up 10-0, 10:33 left in the first quarter, and this ball rolls out of bounds. 15 extra yards coming up for Georgia Tech now.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team. By rule, the ball be placed at the 35-yard line.
I know it sounds small and trivial, but those things cannot happen. Winning championships is about paying attention to details and executing. And that was, I believe, just the second time Jonathan Doerr has kicked the ball out of bounds. You can't do that in football games, especially in the first half. You can't give away 15 yards to your opponent.
That was Notre Dame's 20th takeaway of the season, Ryan, the one that led to the Jack Kaiser touchdown. Extra point makes it 10-0. But taking the ball away as Notre Dame's defense has really kind of found itself and its identity halfway through the season. They've been taking away the ball very well the entire season.
Yeah, and Ramon Henderson got his first interception last week, so just about every player who has started for Notre Dame has a turnover outside of the defensive line.
1st and 10, Georgia Tech on their own 35, moving left to right, ball in the near hash. Yates takes the handoff, gives to Gibbs up the middle, nothing there. Notre Dame's defense stout right up the middle on that play, no gain.
And right there shows that Marcus Freeman made an adjustment. In between scoring a touchdown and sending his defense back out there, they made an adjustment. We're going to cover man outside, and we're going to be bringing pressure on the edge to shut down that run game. Let the guys in the middle on that defensive line really play physical and get big. That was a huge play right there.
You saw Ramon Henderson playing field safety very well for the first time last week at Virginia. He's also lined up there here today to the left of Yates. Takes the snap, stands in the pocket, in trouble, tries to get out. He goes nowhere. Sacked at the 30-yard line by Isaiah Pryor. Outside linebacker on the blitz. Throws Yates for a loss of 6.
And right there to the field, they brought the pressure to make sure they could collapse the run. Yates was looking downfield. Riley Mills, defensive tackle, had a good push as well. So Yates had nowhere to go, stepping up to the pocket, went out to the left, and got met by the great Isaiah Pryor.
3rd down and 16, and Notre Dame now with 5 defensive backs on the field. And they line up with 5 players on the defensive line. The 5th is middle linebacker Bo Bauer, showing a blitz off the left side. Yates in the shotgun. Stands in, hands off up the middle across the 30, and then ripped down at the 35-yard line is Jordan Mason. 6'1", 218 junior. 7-yard gain brings up 4th down and 9, and here comes the punt team for Georgia Tech.
Phenomenal tackle by Isaiah Foskey. He's the defensive end to the right, made the tackle all the way on the left, and really ripped down the ball carrier. That's a statement tackle when you get to whip somebody down into the turf like that.
is standing on his own 21-yard line on 4th down and 9. Georgia Tech ready to punt it away, and Kyron Williams standing on his own 25-yard line. Punt is up, short, bounces on the 30. Kyron picks it up on the 20, far sideline 25-30, and pushed out of bounds on the 32-yard line.
That's 6 first downs now Notre Dame special teams have given their offense, and just the 2 opportunities they've had.
46-yard punt and a 13-yard return for Kyron Williams. And Kyron will jog out with the offense as well. The junior out of St. Louis in this 5-game winning streak. Ryan, he's averaging 117 yards per game. That would be good under any circumstances, yes, but it's especially good when the first few games of the season, he just couldn't get out over that 100-yard mark. 1st and 10 from their own 35. Williams off the right side, looking for some space. 35, puts his head down, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Gains 5. Tariq Carpenter, the safety, makes the stop.
Well, an interesting play right there. Jack Cohn took the ball, faked to his left, and then continued around to hand it off to his right to Kyron Williams. That pulls the linebackers. When they see that football, they react. So that created some running room to the right.
Jack Cohn 1 for 1 for 38 yards. He faces 2nd and 5 on his own 40. Empty backfield from the shotgun. Takes his drop. Quick throw out to the right side. Nobody there. He was under pressure. He flung it out to the right side about 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. Kevin Austin ran straight. Jordan Dominic, the defensive end, was in on Jack right away. Incomplete to make it 3rd and 5.
And that was a miscommunication between Jack Kaiser and Kyron Williams. Kaiser thought Williams was going out. Williams went in. That's what they call a choice route. And on that choice, Kyron Williams got it wrong.
So now it's 3rd and 5 on the far hash for Jack Cohn. As 3 pass catchers bunched to his left. Now Michael Mayer comes from there, motion to the right side. Cohn waits for the snap, drops back, 4-man rush, stands in, throws to his right, completes a Mayer, 50-yard line, barrels out to the 43-yard line before he's cut down low. Gain of 16 from Cohn to Mayer. Tackle made by the corners of Murray Walton. Penalty marker is on the ground.
Foul. Unnecessary hit against a player who was obviously out of the play. Number 0, defense. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play with an automatic first down.
Yeah, Digimon Brooks just absolutely destroyed Josh Lugg after the play, which tells you there's some choice words being said in between plays there. But Jamon Brooks really creating a problem for his team at the end of the play for no reason.
16-yard completion, Rye, 15-yard penalty, and just like that, Notre Dame has 1st and 10 on the Georgia Tech 29. Jack Cohn in the shotgun, takes the snap, drops back, stands in, flings it out behind the line of scrimmage. Kyron Williams, 30, tries to cut it back inside, nowhere to go, and is tackled on the far numbers at the 25 after a gain of 4. Outside linebacker Charlie Thomas with the tackle.
Offensive line gave all time for Jack Cohn to stand in the pocket. He looked left, went all the way right, and found his final read in Kyron Williams because the defense just went underneath Lorenzo Styles. Lorenzo Styles getting the respect of every defense he plays now because of his size and speed at wide receiver.
7:10 and counting left in the first quarter. Notre Dame leads Georgia Tech 10-0. Jack Cohn waits for the snap. Takes it, hands off to Kyron Williams, bounces out to the left, across the 25, extends out near the sideline, and is brought down in between the near numbers and the near sideline after a gain of 3. Sylvian Yunjuan, the defensive end, chased him down to bring up 3rd down and 3 on the Yellow Jacket 22.
With a 10-point lead, this is 2-down territory for Notre Dame. You have the opportunity to run the ball here, try and get a first down, or pass it, but you know you want to gain some yards here. I would run it with Kyron Williams, see if you get the first down, and get you to 4th and short.
Jonathan Dorr has a field goal. Jack Kaiser has a defensive touchdown. The offense looking for its first offensive touchdown. 3rd and 3. They give it to Williams up the middle, wrapped up in the backfield, fights his way back to the line of scrimmage, and +1. He does get 1 yard with his own effort, but defensive tackle Jamon Brooks was on him right when he got the ball. 4th down and 2 now from the 21 of Georgia Tech. Jack Cohn and the offense remain on the field. They're looking over to the sideline, and they will go for it on 4th and 2 just inside of 6 minutes, leading Georgia Tech 10-0 here in this first quarter. From the shotgun is Cohn. Takes the snap. He's going to pass. Stands in. Flushed out to the right. Flings it out. Great catch on the 18-yard line. And across the 15 on the far side of the field is Braden Lenzy. Great job by the senior just outside of Portland, Oregon. Gains 9.
Officials timeout for an injured player.
Well, Jack Cohn was magnificent in the pocket. Pressure coming from right in front of him, so he bowed out to the right and threw the ball. But Braden Lindsey made a catch like the pickles were falling from the refrigerator. You just reached back and caught it on the run. That's about as difficult as a catch as you can make. Did it with his hands, and then what I love, got north and south, lowered his shoulder when the sideline was right there. He's not going to take the easy route. He's going through you. Great first down.
A couple of good jobs to pass out there. First for Jack Cohn, as you pointed out, flushed out of the pocket right away, so he was on a full sprint to his right, and that led to some inaccuracy. And Braden Lindsey in a full sprint reached back like you described. That is a difficult catch for any kind of pass catcher, so well done by Cohn and Lindsey. When we come back, it'll be 1st and 10 Notre Dame on the Georgia Tech 12. Fighting Irish leading the Yellow Jackets 10-0, 5:40 remaining in the first quarter on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Toast to Notre Dame football by raising a pint of Guinness, now a proud partner and official beer of Fighting Irish alumni and fans. Even during these unprecedented times, we're reminded that football, just like a pint of Guinness, is about building the bonds between us all. So here's to the Irish faithful, whether you're Irish by blood or in spirit. Guinness, official beer of Notre Dame Fighting Irish alumni and fans. Please drink responsibly. Diageo Beer Company, New York, New York.
Ready to start planning your next trip to South Bend? Get ideas and inspiration, itineraries, upcoming events, restaurant tips, hotel recommendations, and more by visiting the all-new visitsouthbend.com. Your next great weekend getaway awaits. After all, Mondays can wait.
The first ever National Check Your Wipers Day was November 16th. Enter for a chance to win a Michelin NYC Experience for 2. To enter and official rules, visit wipersday.com. No purchase necessary. Visit wipersday.com for more information.
With Credit Karma, you get your credit scores for free. But what else can Credit Karma do for you? Well, say you want to get a new credit card, one with a great interest rate and no annual fees. Credit Karma can help you compare the best cards for you and show you which are the highest rated by our members. Plus, you can see your approval odds up front, so you can feel more confident and apply in just a few clicks. All thanks to Credit Karma and your credit scores. Get your free scores and find the right card for you at Credit Karma. Approval not guaranteed, subject to checks.
5:40 left in the first quarter here in South Bend. Notre Dame leads Georgia Tech 10-0. Good time to pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Notre Dame Radio Network.
This is WNSN South Bend, home of Notre Dame football. Presented by South Bend Orthopedics.
With zero sugar, and now even more delicious is the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, the best Coke ever. Find out for yourself. Paul Burmeister and Ryan Harris in the booth. Gorgeous day in South Bend. Temperature in the mid-40s. The sun is shining. The wind is minimal, less than 10 miles per hour. Irish face 1st down and 10 on the Georgia Tech 12. Jack Cohn going to keep it himself. Wanted to pass, runs out to the 10 and gets down to the 9-yard line. Picks up 3 yards. Kyle Kennard, defensive end, with a stop.
I'm giggling a little bit because every now and then you see a player's thoughts happen in real time, and there Jack Cohn looked like he was looking for the run option, and it's like he lost any idea what he was going to do. Just started kind of hobbling forward to make sure it wasn't a sack.
Cohn on this drive, pretty sharp, Ryan. He's 3 out of 4 for 29 yards. Faces 2nd down and 7 on the 9-yard line. Was under center, now backs up to the shotgun. Pair of pass catchers to his left. Kevin Austin now in motion to the right side. Cohn takes the snap. Gives inside to Williams across the 10. Stiff arm 5. Touchdown, Kyron Williams. Kyron Williams from 9 yards out off the left side. 1 stiff arm and then an easy cruise into the end zone. Notre Dame leads Georgia Tech 16-0. 4:57 left in the first quarter.
A phenomenal job by Kyron Williams. The run's to the left, but what he does as soon as he catches the ball, he puts his right foot in the ground and squares up his shoulders. That forces the linebackers to hesitate long enough to where they bump into each other as Kyron Williams takes off to the left, skipping across the goal line for the touchdown.
Yeah, Kyron with that little hop step, the hesitation, he told me yesterday, that's to give him a little more patience and to see the gaps a little better. Worked perfectly there for the touchdown run. Jonathan Doerr's extra point is up and in. He has 2 extra points and a 41-yard field goal today. Notre Dame's offense, 9 plays, 65 yards, 3:29 off the clock. It ends with a 9-yard touchdown run from Kyron Williams 4:57 left in the first. Fighting Irish in control early, leading Georgia Tech 17-0.
And the biggest thing is they capitalized off of a great return by Kyron Williams, 13 yards to start this drive, and then went down the field, got a penalty by the opponent, and then continued to end the drive with a touchdown. That's important. Stay on schedule, capitalize on your opportunities. Notre Dame doing an excellent job there as an entire team on offense.
Hey, 17-0 is good for any team, but they got the trifecta. The special teams.
Yeah.
Field goal. Scored. Defense has scored.
Yeah.
Get Jack Kaiser with I believe it was 42 yards out. With the pick the ball out of the air and return it. And now Kyron Williams with the score. So offense, defense, special teams all getting in on the scoring acts.
Yep. There's going to be some free pizza in the locker room after the game, courtesy of the coaches. Everybody's happy.
Maybe there'll be some free pizza on the 9th floor.
Yeah. We can't tell about the 9th floor. It's the secret. There's a secret. Fantastic food in this stadium, and I find it all. It's my job as a lineman to find the best food.
You are certainly very good at that part. Many parts of game day, but that part as well. Jonathan Doors kickoff to the 10, fair catch. And it'll be 1st down and 10 from their own 25 for Georgia Tech. Kyron Williams, by the way, on that drive. 4 carries for 21 yards. He also had 1 catch for 4 yards. And he had the touchdown run from 9 yards out. Kyron in the offense on the sideline get a break. Defense comes out now. And they are there waiting, and they've done such a good job, Ryan, kind of adjusting to the unfortunate news earlier in the season that Kyle Hamilton with that knee injury wouldn't be back.
Yeah.
DJ Brown has been terrific at safety. Ramon Henderson has also found a home at safety, and the defense has already created a turnover and produced a touchdown here today. 1st down and 10 now for Yates. Takes the ball, quick throw out to the left side, complete 22, across the 25 and out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Patrick McGowan, the Northwestern transfer, his 34th catch of the season, goes for 7 yards. And DJ Brown, credit for the tackle.
And this is what I expected Georgia Tech to do. They're getting a lot of man coverage, so now the ball has to come out quick. Jordan Yates at the quarterback has to make quick decision and take some risks against that man coverage if they want to be successful offensively for Georgia Tech.
Notre Dame's defense did not give up a single touchdown in the last 2 games against Navy and Virginia. Only 231 yards per game. They face 2nd and 3 here against Georgia Tech. 4:21 and counting left in the first quarter. Yates, shotgun, rolls out to his right. Looking, drilled as he throws the ball. Complete at the 37-yard line on the near sideline. And Xavier Watts, the former receiver, outside linebacker, all over Yates. But he did get off the pass, 5-yard completion to bring up 1st and 10.
Xavier Watts absolutely destroyed Jordan Yates as he threw the football. Watts fights off of his blocker and just helmet to the middle of the body on Jordan Yates. But excellent execution by Yates, knowing he was going to take a hit. But those things wear a quarterback down. That's going to change his willingness to go out of the pocket like that again.
Adonicus Sanders with the reception there to set up 1st and 10 on their own 38 on the near hash. Yates stands in the shotgun. Hands the ball off inside across the 40 before he meets Houston Griffith, the safety who came up to meet him. Down to the 43-yard line off the right side. Picks up 5, 2nd down 5 coming up.
Well, Notre Dame blitzed through the middle with Bo Bauer, their linebacker this time. And that's strange considering they had success blitzing the edges. So sometimes in a game like this, if you're Marcus Freeman, the defensive coordinator, just play base defense. Find out how your guys react to the opponent and then decide if you need to blitz.
Jahmyr Gibbs, number 2 in the nation in all-purpose yards, only 4 carries for 19 yards. He's also the leading receiver, hasn't caught a pass yet today. Gibbs right up the middle, tackled at the 46-yard line. Right when he got to the line of scrimmage, Isaiah Foskey crashed down to meet him first. 3-yard gain, and it's now 3rd down and 2 from Georgia Tech's 46.
Fumble recovered by the offense. 3rd down.
Oh, a little ball slippage at the end there. But Isaiah Foskey, not only an excellent pass rusher, but turns into a run stopper quicker than any defender I've watched this season in college football. He's got an extreme knack for the game, which tells you he's preparing by watching film. And right now, this is as big of a 3rd and 1 as you're going to have all game.
3rd and a long one from their own 46. Georgia Tech huddled up. Now Yates in the shotgun, and they were running behind.
Timeout, Georgia Tech. Their first of the half. 30-second timeout.
I mean, Paul, you've been here now for a number of years, but, one knock on the Notre Dame fans is that they were always quiet. By far the best this year at crowd noise. And the crowd noise there affecting Georgia Tech getting in the play, which led to that timeout. Way to go, Notre Dame fans.
Good crowd here. I'd say over 70,000. You see just a little bit of gaps at the top of the stadium in the top rows and the corners, but for the most part, pretty full here today on Senior Day.
Yeah. You know, and a lot of senior days, you get a lot of families out here. You know, seeing a lot of the families in the parking lots. You know, it's my daughter's last game, my son's last game. Parents crying in the parking lot, parents crying in the stadium. It's an emotional game, but a fun thing to be a part of every year in college football.
Did you cry at Senior Day?
Did I?
Yeah.
No.
Parents did.
My parents did.
Yeah.
I felt like bad that my parents were crying. You know, I was like, why are you guys crying? This is awesome. You know, this is not the end.
But now that you're a dad with 3 kids,
I'm crying right now for my kids, you know, second grade graduation, bro. Come on.
I know that feeling well.
They look so good. They're 4 feet tall.
Georgia Tech, 3rd down and 2 from their own 46, trailing 17-0. Yates from the shotgun. Early movement on the left side. Flags come out. It will be 3rd down 7 now.
That's again a nod to the fans, making it difficult for the offensive line to hear the snap count. And when that gets...
Full start, number 79, offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
When that crowd noise gets loud, the louder it gets, the closer you get to the ball snapping. Sometimes you guess as an offensive lineman, and right there, that's what happened to the offensive line for Georgia Tech.
3rd down and 7. Going from a running situation to a pass. Notre Dame runs in its nickel package now. 5 defensive backs on the field. 3rd and 7, Yellow Jackets on their own 41. Listen to that crowd, Rob.
It's awesome. It's because it's warm out here. I had to take my jacket off. In November in South Bend.
Temperature high 40s now. 3rd and 7. Yates clapping for the ball. There it comes. More flags come in before the ball was snapped. I don't think he got it off in time.
Just about every fan on their feet.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
I mean, you took a timeout, a false start, and now a delay of game. That's on the coaches on that one. You can't get a delay of game. Anytime that happens, that means that it's too long for the play to get into the field to the players.
A lot of reasons Georgia Tech on a 4-game losing streak coming to South Bend, but you go from 3rd and 2, use a timeout, and have 2 penalties, end up at 3rd and 12. There's a reason. Early snap, Yates runs out to his left. He's in trouble. Across the 30, keeps his feet, 35, and out of bounds at the 40. Bo Bauer was near him. Isaiah Foskey got to him early. 4-yard gain, and Yates saved his life there, but he couldn't pick up a 1st down. It's 4th down 8.
Well, and Yates barely caught that football. It looked like the center, Mikey Minahan, was like, we're not getting another penalty. As soon as I touch this ball, I'm snapping it. Everybody was about a step late on offense for Georgia Tech, and that was the difference as Yates had to sprint out to his left and try and get whatever yardage he could under heavy duress.
David Shanahan, the punter for Georgia Tech, standing on the far hash on his own 25-yard line. Kyron Williams waiting for it on his own 20. Snap, punt is away from the left-footed punter. Kyron backs up to his 15 from his own 12. Middle of the field, catches the ball. Far side 20, 25, 30, and goes out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Had a little bit of an opening there around the left side. A nice return of 19 yards after a 48-yard punt. Notre Dame's offense will be back on the field when we come back to South Bend. 1:30 left in the first quarter. Fighting Irish leading Georgia Tech 17-0 on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Do you bleed gold and blue? There's a bank for you. Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics. And right now, Credit Union One is giving die-hard fans best-in-class banking benefits with the Fighting Irish debit card. Sign up for your card today at creditunion1.org/Irish and put your money where your heart is. Credit Union One, better banking for all of us. By Members' Choice, this institution is not federally insured.
The Cooper Discoverer Rugged Trek is a tire that checks all the boxes of what you need in a truck tire and throws in everything you want on top of it. Start with must-haves like stone blockades to protect you in rough terrain and whisper groups for quiet freeway driving. Add to that dual sidewalls that let you choose between 2 different designs to show your truck's wild side. And the Cooper Discoverer Rugged Trek is a tire that doesn't force you to choose between what you need from a truck tire and what you want in a truck tire. So go with the truck tire that has it all. Go with the Coopers. Learn more at coopertire.com.
Cannon Solutions America proudly supports Notre Dame football. Are your business office needs incomplete? With Cannon Solutions America, a playmaker in managed services solutions, we support document management demands, creating powerful workflows to help maximize productivity with cutting-edge Cannon technology. No matter the situation, count on Cannon Solutions America's experienced professionals to help you reach your goals. Visit csa.cannon.com/GMS. That's csa.cannon.com/GMS.
Notre Dame leads Georgia Tech 17-0. 41-yard field goal from Jonathan Dorr. A touchdown by the defense. Jack Kaiser from 42 yards out after Isaiah Foskey knocked the ball loose from Yates. And then Kyron Williams scoring the most recent time for Notre Dame, 9-yard touchdown. That's how we arrive at 17-0. Fighting Irish with a lead. 1:30 left in the first quarter. Defense really doing a good job on the backup quarterback for Georgia Tech, Jordan Yates, as Jeff Sims is not playing here at quarterback for Georgia Tech this afternoon. And Jahmyr Gibbs, number 2 in the nation in all-purpose yards. He's been held in check, only 5 carries for 22 yards.
You talk about a defensive touchdown. I'm laughing a little bit. I always had an offensive coach who said, free touchdown. Anytime the defense scored a touchdown, I was like, Coach, why is it free? And he goes, you didn't have to do anything for it, did you? Free touchdown for Notre Dame's defense.
1st and 10 on their own 31. Jack Cohn under center. Takes the snap, fakes a handoff, rolls out to his right in trouble, throws it low and short of the 30-yard line, and it falls incomplete. Pass intended for the freshman, Lorenzo Styles. Show your Fighting Irish pride with the new Notre Dame credit card. The new cashback card features iconic designs and exclusive Notre Dame benefits. Bring a piece of campus with you wherever you go. Apply at NotreDameCreditCard.com. 2nd down 10 now from their own 31-yard line. Jack Cohn backs up in the shotgun. Jack with a 4 out of 6 start for 66 yards. In the shotgun, drops back, throws quickly behind the line of scrimmage to Kyron Williams, 30-yard line. Hard running across the 35 and makes it out to the 40-yard line. That's actually Chris Tyree. Tyree out of the backfield, caught the ball in a swing pass behind the line of scrimmage, and Chris picks up 9 yards.
Excellent mechanics by Jack Cohn. He saw the blitz coming to his left, knew that Chris Tyree would be open to the right, threw it there, and then Chris Tyree just cutting through the line like a modern shillelagh, getting some action.
3rd down and 1 on the 40. That's a new one. We've been doing this together quite a bit. I've not heard
My Uncle
that.
Jack's in the hospital with my dad and said, can you work in shillelagh? I said,
you the man.
Let me do what I do.
Well done, Ron. 3rd and 1 from their own 40-yard line. Cohn's under center. Stands up, points to the right. Play clock down to 5. Takes a snap, fly sweep to Austin around the left side across the 40, 45, and goes down to the 47-yard line. Easily a 1st down on 3rd down and 1. Kevin Austin from his wide receiver spot to the right on the sweep action took the quick handoff around the left side for 8 yards.
And Kevin Austin, one of those players, when they say you don't know what it is, but he's got it. Kevin Austin, every time he touches the ball, you're like, they got to give him the ball more. He's just such a dynamic playmaker for Notre Dame.
Jack Cohn right back on the ball. 1st and 10 to the 48. Drops back from the 40-yard line. Throws over the middle. Michael Mayer by himself. 25-20. He will win this foot race to the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Jack Cohn to Michael Mayer. 52 yards out down the middle. And big number 87 didn't even have to sprint to the end zone. He could just jog that one on in.
And just a breakdown in coverage. The cover 2 was shown by Georgia Tech. And what I love is Jack Cohn waited to see which tight end the safety took. As soon as the safety bit on George Takis, he threw it to Michael Mayer down that right hash. Nobody around him. Excellent decision-making, making the play that's there, not the one you want. Jack Cohn to Michael Mayer, 6 points.
The middle of the field was just wide open. Extra point from Jonathan Dorr is up, and it is in. 8 seconds left in the first quarter. Notre Dame leads Georgia Tech 24-0. And Mayer made a little nod to his right about 5 yards downfield, then cut between the hashes, and he was 8 yards behind that Georgia Tech defense.
And fun to watch on the screen as Michael Mayer gets to the sidelines. Coach Kelly's saying, that's all you, big time ball, yeah! It's always fun when you get to cheer with your coach and celebrate with your coach in just the first quarter of a football game.
Mayer with 7 receptions last week at Virginia. Now he has 2 today. The only Fighting Irish pass catcher with more than 1, and that one goes 52 yards for a touchdown. 24-0 the Fighting Irish on top.
Michael Mayer, they're showing the the image on the screen. Third all-time now. Third all-time for catches by a tight end in a single season. 54. He's 9 away from tying the record, 63. Maybe he gets a record this year, huh, Paul? There's a little bit of time left.
There you go. 5 games, he had 7 or more catches coming in, and today with a couple. That one, a 52-yard touchdown reception, and big plays showing up for Notre Dame on both sides with 42-yard interception return from Jack Kaiser, and now Michael Mayer, 52-yard touchdown reception. And the kickoff, fair catch called for on the 6-yard line, so it's first down and 10, Georgia Tech on their own 25-yard line. Notre Dame in the first quarter here, Big Rye, 144 yards of total offense. Georgia Tech only 51.
Notre Dame scored 35 points in all of the previous 10 games in the first quarter, 24 already. And they've done it in a variety of ways, a rushing touchdown, receiving touchdowns, and a defensive touchdown. Phenomenal team play, and you need these big plays at this point in the year to threaten your future opponents, but also build that confidence offensively.
Yates to give it another shot here late in the first quarter. Drops back in the shotgun, in trouble. Down he goes.
Wow.
Yates on the 20-yard line, put on his back.
That's the end of the first quarter.
The loss of 5 yards. Drew White, J.D. Bertrand. The linebackers met at the quarterback, and a little help from defensive tackle Howard Cross. 1 quarter in the books, and Notre Dame won that one easily. 24-0. They lead over Georgia Tech as we head to the second quarter. And we're back after this message on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
You coming to bed, hon?
Yep, honey, I'll be right there. Just got to turn out the light. Ow. 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 Ah. Ah.
Some things never change. Like your kids always leaving tiny toys on the floor for you to step on. And Geico saving folks lots of money on their car insurance.
Sweetie, I think I left the downstairs light on.
Please don't make me go.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
That's a no-whip, high-foam, 170-degree, sugar-free gingerbread latte.
Ah, yes. It's gingerbread latte season at Duchesne's Coffee Shop.
Gingerbread on the side.
He'll need a seasonal barista before his cookie starts to crumble.
Anything else? Oh, there's a list.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Finally, a bed that senses snoring and automatically responds. Meet the Ergo Smart Base from Tempur-Pedic, our first system that detects snoring, then automatically adjusts by raising the bed. Get your best sleep all night, every night. Now, save up to $500 on select adjustable mattress sets during the Tempur-Pedic Black Friday event. Get full offer details at Tempur-Pedic.com.
Notre Dame leads 24-0 after 15 minutes against Georgia Tech. Tony Simeone with you here in the studio. Easily the best first quarter that Notre Dame has played all season. As you heard Ryan mention earlier, 35 points combined in the first 10 games worth of first quarters, already 24 today. Both sides of the football just look outstanding for the second quarter. Let's go back to Paul Burmeister and Ryan Harris.
Tony, thank you. And that was true domination any way you look at it for Notre Dame in those first 15 minutes. 24-0. Offense, defense, special teams, all scoring. And now it's the defense on the field. They'll face second down and 15 against Georgia Tech. They have the ball in their own 20. In this quarter now, the Yellow Jackets moving from our right to left. Ball placed middle of the field. And Jordan Yates with his 5th start of the season, all set to start this second quarter. He's in the shotgun. He stands in. Hands off to Gibbs up the middle. Drilled and driven backward. Put down to the 18-yard line. J.T. Bertrand with a forceful form tackle. No gain.
Looks as though Bertrand might be down after that play.
I think it's Jack Kaiser,
It might be Jack Kaiser. There we go. But that's tough to lose Jack Kaiser. Hey, you already scored a touchdown, buddy. You're good for the day. Hopefully just something small. Maybe looks like a cramp. But Notre Dame defensively now have to protect the goose egg. I get to say it 2 weeks in a row, Paul. And if I'm Georgia Tech, I'm using play-action pass because Notre Dame is selling out with the blitz. I'm going to show that ball to the running back, pull it up, and hit it ball deep downfield because Notre Dame is a man-to-man defense.
As the last 9 quarters now, no touchdowns scored against Marcus Freeman's defense. They only gave up field goals to Virginia. Same thing for Navy, and they haven't given up a single point here today on Senior Day. 14:47 left in the second quarter. Notre Dame leads Georgia Tech 24-0. Notre Dame coming in at 9-1, ranked 8th in the college football poll. Jack Kaiser just stood up, by the way. He does need the help of athletic trainers, one to his left and one to his right as he makes his way off the field. Looks like he's a little gimpy on the right side.
Tough to lose Jack Kaiser. And you want to talk about players. Jack Kaiser 3 years ago got in against Navy, led the team in tackles. He was the 4th linebacker on the depth chart. Really made a name for himself this season. 36 tackles, 2 picks now on the year. I mean, just a phenomenal player right here from Indiana.
And he is having a hard time making that off the field, really favoring his left side. The trainer to his left is hugging him tight and really helping him get off the field.
That's also a tough place to be as a player. When you have to lean on the training staff to get off the field, you just feel like you don't have the strength that makes you what you are.
3rd down, 15 now for Jordan Yates on his own 20-yard line and trailing 24-0. Claps for the ball, drops back. Notre Dame rushes 4. Yates backs up, in trouble, throws. Ball incomplete. Fell incomplete at the 25-yard line. Threw it high. Isaiah Foskey was in on Yates, so he had to get rid of it early. And, Ryan, I think that forced the high throw.
It forced the high throw, and Notre Dame really dropping defensively. Looked as though Ramon Henderson needed to cover underneath. Teams are going to start to watch the film now. When you start dropping back that deep, that crossing route, the favorite route for a quarterback to throw, you got to make sure you cover that underneath.
3rd punts on 4 possessions for Georgia Tech. The other one ended with a pick 6 by Jack Kaiser from 42 yards out. Shanahan on his own 6, steps up to his 10. Left-handed punt is up, wobbly, bounces on the 40. Kyron Williams takes it. I think he called for a fair catch and then took it off the bounce and kept running.
I didn't see it, but if you say so.
Well,
receiver signal for a fair catch. By rule, the ball becomes dead when the kick is possessed. 1st down.
I think Kyron believed he was telling everyone to get away from it by waving it, and he wanted to pick it up. And
yeah, one of the things they say, Peter, Peter, Peter. I don't know why they say that, but when you hear Peter, get out of the way. That means run to the sideline. The nearest sideline, get out of the way.
As fast as you can.
Fast as you can.
It's universal.
Universal. Yeah. Apparently our spotter, Dave Dare, knows why it's called Peter, Peter, Peter. Would you like to get on the microphone? You take your maiden voyage? Come on, bud. Saddle up, partner.
Jack Cohn 1st and 10 on his own 38. Play action, drops back, throws the slant to Styles. Low. He went down to get it. Terrific catch at the 45-yard line. Had to go down and pick it off the ground. Gain of 6 for Lorenzo Styles, the freshman out of Pickerington, Ohio. Tommy Reese told me yesterday he has earned more targets. 10 catches coming into this game. That was his 11th. We expect to see a lot more of him today and for the years going forward.
Well, you want to get him going today so that he's confident when you go against your bowl opponent and into next week with Stanford.
2nd and 4 now. Jack Cohn has the ball on his own 45-yard line in the shotgun. Has Logan Diggs to his right. Gives to Diggs up the middle. Hesitation, nowhere to go. And he's hit backward. He got out to the 46, and then he was driven back. Gain of 1. Interesting there, Ryan. He got the ball and literally kind of stopped for a second. Thought he could find something off the right side, but was pushed back.
Little too much hesitation there for Logan Diggs. And that's where sometimes, Kyron Williams is his mentor. You can't do everything Kyron does. You got to be your own runner. Yes, take some pieces, but your first kind of opportunity in the game, go hit the hole with speed. Running backs have to start fast.
Notre Dame now 3rd down and 3 on their own 46. Kyron Williams and Chris Tyree in the game. Cohn from the shotgun, drops back in the pocket, still in the pocket, throws complete to the 50 to the left side. 45-40 is Kyron Williams, and pushed out of bounds on the far side of the field at the 36-yard line. Ran a crossing route from the right to the left of Cohn. Cohn found him for the easy completion, and then a little run, 19-yard gain.
And Jack Cohn showing a little nuance, looking to the right, forcing the defense of Georgia Tech to that side, so there was nobody on the left side of the field, and placed it perfectly on Kyron Williams in stride, so Kyron did not have to slow down to catch the football.
Williams just passed Alan Pinkett, 3rd place all-time for receptions by a running back with 74.
Wow.
That one sets him up 1st and 10 on the GT 35. Quick throw to the right side, complete 30, out to the 25, near side 20-yard line. Deion Colsey, another true freshman.
That's the play Deion Colsey's been waiting for all season. You need a play as a freshman to say, oh yeah, I'm a big-time football player. I can do that. And there, Colsey getting contact at about 8 yards away from the line of scrimmage, carrying a defender another 4 yards. You get that power in your legs. You feel that defender hanging on for dear life on your shoulder pads. Your confidence goes up every step.
That catch for 16 yards, his 4th of the season, had one apiece against Navy, USC, and Toledo. 1st and 10, Notre Dame on the Georgia Tech 19. Cone from under center, Diggs behind him, fly sweep across the 20, 15, 10, and inside the 10-yard line to the 7-yard line goes Braden Lenzy. Second time we've seen that play to a wide receiver today. Lenzy came from left to right, and as soon as Cone got the handoff, he handed off to Lenzy around the right side. He picked up 12 yards.
Yeah, Logan Diggs went to the left, so the linebackers have to make a decision quick, and Braden Lenzy has blinding track speed when he's running straight down the line like that. Made one cut at the numbers and got upfield for the big gain.
1st and goal now from the 7. Notre Dame moving right down the field here on this drive. Already up 24-0. Cone in the shotgun. Pass to the left side, complete inside the 5, but hit right away and tackled to the 5-yard line is Kyron Williams to Jack's left. Kyron ran a quick out. He hit him in stride, but only picked up 2 because Trey Swilling, the corner, was all over him when he caught the ball.
And really the correct read for Jack Cone. And what I like, he saw that Kyron Williams was covered, but got him the football so quickly it didn't matter. That's an NFL-style throw.
Cone on this drive, Ryan, throwing a lot of good balls. He's 5 out of 5 for 43 yards. 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line with Logan Diggs to his right. Takis and Mayer in the game at tight end. Gives to Diggs up the middle, fighting his way across the goal line. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Logan Diggs from 5 yards out makes it Notre Dame 30 and Georgia Tech nothing. 10:41 left until halftime.
And Logan Diggs, instead of hesitating like his last carry, got the ball and hit the line of scrimmage with a force that went through the Georgia Tech defender as he crossed the goal line. Excellent physical run by Logan Diggs and that offensive line creating some holes.
Well, Ryan, this game had the feel with Notre Dame on a 5-game win streak, Georgia Tech in a 4-game losing streak, that it was truly 2 teams moving in opposite directions, and that is exactly what we are seeing on the field today. Jonathan Doerr's extra point is up, and it is good. Notre Dame in controlling, dominating fashion so far, leading Georgia Tech 31-0. 10:41 still until halftime here on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
What do you mean we don't have those numbers?
Bruno's sports analytics startup lost its math whiz to the competition.
In order to stay competitive, we have to have this.
Now he needs a new statistician to even the score.
I don't even think these predictions are the most current. I mean, this is.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Do you bleed gold and blue? There's a bank for you. Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics. And right now, Credit Union One is giving die-hard fans best-in-class banking benefits with the Fighting Irish debit card. Sign up for your card today at creditunion1.org/Irish and put your money where your heart is. Credit Union One, better banking for all of us. By Members' Choice, this institution is not federally insured.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and navage? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart, or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E.
Logan Diggs, the freshman, with a 5-yard touchdown run. Jonathan Doerr, the senior, playing for the final time here at Notre Dame Stadium with the extra point. Notre Dame 31, Georgia Tech nothing. 10:41 left in this second quarter. And Brian Kelly has talked, as his team has started to play better and better as the season has gone on, about how important it should be to the committee that a team is playing well as the season gets into November.
Of course he's going to say that,
and
right?
This game is going right along with how they played the last couple.
I mean, it does matter, and you're on pace right now to score 60 points in a football game. And that pick six you had earlier was also Notre Dame's 15th pick of the year. That's the most interceptions since which is 16 in 2014.
Jonathan Orr's kickoff is up. It is fielded at the 3-yard line. Fair catch called for, so the Yellow Jackets will begin on their own 25-yard line after the Fighting Irish offense just went 7 plays, 61 yards, 43 through the air and 18 on the ground. Jack Cohn's on the bench waiting, but how about his numbers? 10 out of 12 for $170, 1 touchdown, and no picks.
When you mentioned, too, he's on the bench, I was just starting to wonder, has he done enough already? 31-0? Is it time for Tyler Buckner to get some experience? And that's just a testament to how well they're executing offensively here against Georgia Tech.
I would imagine if this continues, we'll see plenty of Buckner and also Drew Pine as well as the game goes on. Jordan Yates at quarterback here for Georgia Tech. 1st and 10 on his own 25. Hands off up the middle across the 25 and out across the 30 as well. Did the ball come out?
That was a shoe.
That was a shoe. Thank you.
The same thing. I was like, ball, nope, shoe.
It's a shoe floating through the air. And as it stands, that's a 7-yard gain. Tackle made by Clarence Lewis.
And when your shoe gets kind of pulled off in the field of play, it's something you notice during the play because you're like, what's happened in my foot? Did I step in some water? Because you're feeling all the blades of grass on the bottom of your foot. It's really a crazy feeling.
Total offense so far, Notre Dame 205, Georgia Tech 53. Oof. Yellow Jackets facing 2nd and 3 on the 32-yard line. Ball in the near hash. Yates hands off inside, met in the backfield, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but not doing so. Tackled at the 29-yard line was Dante Smith. Houston Griffith came on the blitz, couldn't quite bring Smith down, but slowed him up enough to lead to a 3-yard loss.
And Houston Griffith almost took the handoff from Jordan Yates as well when he was handing it off to Dante Smith. Good play, but you got to wrap up. That's the one thing. Houston Griffith, I think, has played better and better each week. He has to continue to improve in the one-on-one tackles as a safety.
His dad, Howard Griffith, great running back at Illinois, is in attendance here today.
All right.
Watching Houston perform. 3rd down and 6 now for Georgia Tech on their own 29. 3 pass catchers to the right of Yates. He drops back. Here comes a blitz. He throws just before he's hit, and it's incomplete at the 35-yard line. Through to his right, in between the far hash and far numbers, well off the mark, and the incompletion brings up 4th down and 6.
And right there, a perfect defense by Notre Dame, and Bo Bauer's a little late to get out to the edge on Malaki Carter there, but while he was running towards Carter, that forced Yates to push the ball a little more, making it incomplete.
3rd 3 and out now on 5 possessions for Georgia Tech. On those 5 possessions, 4 punts. 1 ended with a 42-yard pick 6 from Jack Kaiser. A terrible punt is lifted, shanked to the side, and it goes out of bounds, barely into Notre Dame territory across the 45. David Shanahan, punter, the freshman punter for Georgia Tech, would like that one back. 31 yards it does get. It barely landed inbounds and got a nice Georgia Tech roll. But still, the Fighting Irish will be in very good position here when they come back. 9:08 left until halftime. They already lead Georgia Tech 31-0. You're listening to Fighting Irish Football.
Legendary comedian Damon Wayans. It's personal tour.
Life is like a roller coaster ride. Tink, tink, tink. And then you come up over that ridge, and there's 21. Drugs, sex, venereal disease. What? And then the ride goes into that first loop, and you come out, boom, now you're 40 years old, your kids hate you, and you still got student loans.
Damon Wayans. Friday, February 18th at 9 p.m. Eastern at Silver Creek Event Center at Four Winds Casino. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Damon Wayans. Silver Creek Event Center at Four Winds Casino, New Buffalo.
Man, feel some turkeys in your trunk?
No, I think it's just a little wobble.
Yeah, I'm kind of concerned. You need to take your car to Sherwood Tire and get it checked out before the holidays.
Oh, I can't wait for you to check out my grandma's cooking.
If you can't hear over your car's rough sounds, call Sherwood Tire before you hit the road this Thanksgiving. Whether your car needs brake or exhaust work, an alignment, a new set of tires, or a simple oil change, Sherwood is your one stop for complete auto care. Sherwood Tire at the corner of US 30 and Oak Road in Plymouth.
At Kroger, we know the holiday season is going to be special for everyone. So use the Kroger app to get personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. That way you'll get all the fresh holiday specialties you love at prices that are lower than low. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
We're hiring for immediate openings. with next-day pay, benefits, and great perks. Apply today at jobs.kroger.com.
Notre Dame football on Sunny 101.5.
Notre Dame has touchdowns from defensively Jack Kaiser, also Kyron Williams, Logan Diggs, and Michael Mayer, and a 41-yard field goal from Jonathan Dorr. Notre Dame leads Georgia Tech 31-0, 9:08 until halftime here in South Bend. Paul Burmeister, Ryan Harris in the booth, and Notre Dame well on its way to continuing this 5-game win streak they brought to the game today.
And now if I'm Notre Dame, you're trying every run that's in the playbook. Start getting some opportunities for Kyron Williams to see some different holes, put different plays on film for your next opponents.
First down and 10, Irish on their own 40. Hand off to Williams across the left side. Nice hole, 40-45. He's got a chance, 50-45-40 inside of Georgia Tech territory and tackled at the 34-yard line. Terrific job by the left side of the offensive line, leads to a 26-yard gain.
And Joe Alt, the left tackle, freshman from Minnesota, really sealing the edge. And then Michael Mayer getting out there and pushing his defender all the way past the numbers, created a wide opening, a 4-car garage right there for Kyron Williams to run through.
First down and 10 now at the Georgia Tech 34. Cone in the shotgun. Walks up to the line of scrimmage, now casually walks back, hands up, ready for the ball. There's the snap, wants to pass out of the backfield to Williams, caught to the 40, 35 near side 30, cuts back, keeps his feet, and dives out to the 27-yard line.
I'll give him 9 cents because he stopped on a dime right there. Kyron Williams backed up and then went forward for the big game.
Always got to keep an eye out on what's happening around the top 10 with Notre Dame ranked 8th in the college football poll. Michigan State ranked 7th. Just went final. They got trounced at Ohio State 56-7. Kyron Williams takes the handoff up the middle, bounce out to the right. Stiff arm continues as he gets down to the 20-yard line. Carried that stiff arm, took a low hit, and still picked up 7 yards.
What we just saw was Kyron Williams with the speed get to the edge, and while he's literally pressing with his left hand against the defender who he's carrying for 5 yards, runs over the safety that tried to make the play, Miles Sims. That's being two places at once. What a powerful run by Kyron Williams.
He jogs out, first down and 10 on the 22 running backs in, Tyree and Diggs. Going in the shotgun. Waits for the snap. Chris Tyree in motion. Fakes the swing to him, sets up the screen to the right side of the 20-yard line is Diggs. Across the 15-10, he has a chance inside the 5 and inside the end zone. Logan Diggs scores for the second time today, this time from 20 yards out on the screen pass. 7:21 until halftime. Notre Dame now leads Georgia Tech 37-0.
Some phenomenal mechanics happening on that play. The blitz is coming. Jack Cohn moves his feet to the right after faking the pass to the left, and then gets Diggs with the football on the screen. And then Josh Lugg gets in front of his running back. Diggs goes up the sideline to set up the defender, cuts back, and right as he cut back, Josh Lugg destroyed the Georgia Tech defender. The only obstacle between Diggs and the end zone, and Diggs with his second of the day.
A nice job highlighting Lugg there with the play he made with the block. Jonathan Doerr's extra point is up and in.
Devastating block.
Josh Lugg in his 16th starts at right tackle there with a terrific job there. Nice accuracy from Cone there as he was getting hit. And Logan Diggs with some pretty sweet moves too.
Setting up the lineman. You love it when your running back sets you up because you're like, I'm coming. That's a lot of effort for big old Josh Lugg to get 10 yards downfield.
4 plays, 60 yards, 20-yard screen pass to Logan Diggs. 7:21 left until halftime. Notre Dame leads Georgia Tech 38-0 here on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
The Cooper Discoverer Rugged Trek is a truck tire made with the understanding that driving a truck is supposed to be fun. Like any Cooper tire, the Rugged Trek is designed to do everything you need it to do. It's got stone blockades to protect your tires off-road and whisper grooves for smooth, quiet street driving. But with its in-your-face design, including dual sidewalls that let you choose between 2 aggressive looks, the Cooper Discoverer Rugged Trek is also a tire that shows off your truck's wild side. Learn more at coopertire.com. Go with the Coopers.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and navage? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart, or Go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E.
Panera believes in saying yes. Yes to clean, fresh ingredients. Yes to the new chicken sausage and pepperoni flatbread topped with rich mozzarella. Yes to delicious mac and cheese. Yes to putting it on a sandwich, creating the grilled mac and cheese sandwich. And yes to impromptu road trips to Sandwich, Illinois. Because that's living life to the flavor fullest. Get $1 delivery when you order on our app. Panera. Live your yes. Pricing and product availability may vary. Visit PaneraBread.com.
Tourism Ireland and Notre Dame Athletics have teamed up to bring you the best of Ireland. Visit UND.com/thebestofIreland to learn how you can enter for the chance to win a trip to Ireland for two. Tourism Ireland, official partner of Notre Dame Athletics. Terms and conditions do apply. See website for details. I see the scoreboard, Ryan, 7:21 until halftime. It says Notre Dame 38 and Georgia Tech nothing.
This is going to be an opportunity for record-setting offensive production and protect the goose egg. One of my favorite things to say for a defense. In Notre Dame, second game in a row, there's been no score in the first half. See if they can continue that.
And the last two games total, no touchdowns for the opposing offense. Jonathan Doerr's kickoff sails to the back of the end zone after it bounced 5 yards deep. And we'll see if the defense can continue to pitch a shutout now. The offense, Ryan, has been just outstanding. The first 5 possessions. First ended a field goal. 2, 3, 4, and 5 all end in touchdowns. And you also have to throw in the 42-yard pick six from Jack Kaiser. So the defense touchdown and 4 offensive touchdowns.
Well, and offensively, you know, some people might say, well, it's against Georgia Tech. Well, no, you actually need to have that because Notre Dame's been in rhythm ever since that first drive, and that's going to help them moving forward against their opponents.
Jordan Yates, the quarterback. Jahmyr Gibbs, the tailback. And Gibbs, number 2 nationally, all-purpose yards per game. He has been shut down. He only has 6 carries for 29 yards. No catches. Yates rolls out to his right, throws on the run to the far sideline. The ball caught at the 21-yard line and immediately pushed out of bounds by Tariq Bracy. 7-yard pickup for the Yellow Jackets.
And Georgia Tech has to get creative now with their play calling because they're just getting beat up front offensively. So they have to start moving in that pocket to give Yates some time.
2nd down 3 now on the 32. That was Ryan King with the reception for 7 yards there for Georgia Tech. The Yellow Jackets still well under 100 yards of total offense. Now to the ground game off the right side across the 30, 35, and run out of bounds on the far side of the field. Jahmyr Gibbs started out up the middle, bounced it out to the right and picked up 4 before Clarence Lewis brought him down.
Yeah, Diggs there just running, running over Cam Hart there, and Clarence Lewis at the end of that play. Phenomenal player Gibbs is.
They've made no effort, Ryan, to pass him the ball. He's the leading pass catcher for Georgia Tech coming into the game. No catches. That was only the 3rd first down for the Yellow Jackets. 1st and 10 on their own 36, throwing to his left, complete 40-yard line, and hit at the 41, and then driven out of bounds on the near side of the field goes Malachi Carter. 5-yard pickup on the quick release to the left side, brings up 2nd down 5.
And there, Tariq Bracy making the tackle, but tackling Carter up high. One of the things you want to do with corners, have them practice tackling low. Especially a game like this, you have a sizable lead. Start working on the fundamentals in the game that you can't execute in practice.
Jeff Sims, who has started most of the games at quarterback for Georgia Tech, not playing today because of injury. It's been all Jordan Yates. Yates now rolls out to his left, throws on the move to the left. The ball caught inside of Notre Dame territory at the 47-yard line on the near sideline. Malachi Carter once again reached and grabbed the ball that was thrown behind him just before he went out of bounds. Picks up 12 yards.
And a tough play for the defense to anticipate. With a right-handed quarterback, rarely are you going to get a boot to the left. It's a very hard throwing motion, but Yates gets to the left and finds the open receiver, Carter, downfield.
Yates now 6 out of 10 for 48 yards. 1st down and 10 on the Fighting Irish 47-yard line. Shotgun snap, hands off up the middle, and nothing there. Notre Dame's defense on the left side with a host of Fighting Irish defenders led by Howard Cross. The tackle on Jahmyr Gibbs, gain of 2. Clock ticking now, 5:08 and counting until halftime. Notre Dame's been in control from the start. They lead 38-0.
Yeah, Notre Dame just doing an excellent job being physical up front, and that's what led to that tackle and the dominance really all day.
Notre Dame's defense, 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and 4 defensive backs. They've been in that base unit much of the day. Yates drops back. He's in trouble. Escapes, spins out of a sack across the 50, throws back incomplete at the 30-yard line. Terrific job of avoiding the tackle for loss. Jason Ademilola was in on Yates. He somehow got away, rolled out to his right, fired incomplete to bring up 3rd down and 8.
And Yates had an open receiver, wide open downfield, just missed him because of the pressure by Notre Dame defensively. Yates has been under pressure all game long, to the point where when he sets his feet back in the pocket, he's already looking for an escape route.
Yellow Jackets, as the score would indicate, 38-0, struggling on 3rd down, converting just 1 out of 5 times. This is 3rd down and 8 on the Notre Dame 45. Yates drops back, in trouble again, runs out to his right across the 45 and flings the ball out of bounds just before he was tackled. Jason Ademilola once again was in on Yates as soon as he took the snap. We can say the same about Myron Tonga-Viloa Amosa.
Yeah, Myron just absolutely throwing the rip move with his left hand, throwing his left hand underneath the hip of his offensive player, and then lifting it up to create that separation. He forced Yates to roll right.
Well, Yates has been in trouble in the pocket really all afternoon long. 5th consecutive punt here for the Yellow Jackets.
Yates has been a little careless with the football, too.
David Shanahan standing on his own 40. Kyron Williams standing on his own 9-yard line. Left-footed punt is up, end over end. Williams from the 10, fair catch. Goes down low to securely bring it in. 34-yard punt with no return. And Notre Dame now 89 yards away from another touchdown. We'll take a break here. 4:30 left until halftime. The Fighting Irish all over Georgia Tech, leading 38-0 here on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
The Cooper Discoverer Rugged Trek is a tire that checks all the boxes of what you need in a truck tire and throws in everything you want on top of it. Start with must-haves like stone blockades to protect you in rough terrain and whisper groups for quiet freeway driving. Add to that dual sidewalls that let you choose between 2 different designs to show your truck's wild side. And the Cooper Discoverer Rugged Trek is a tire that doesn't force you to choose between what you need from a truck tire and what you want in a truck tire. So go with the truck tire that has it all. Go with the Coopers. Learn more at coopertire.com.
Staying healthy isn't easy, especially during the holidays. Watching your diet, staying active, managing stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it couldn't be easier. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed senses your movements and effortlessly adjusts to both of you. The result? You wake up ready for anything. Bring proven quality sleep home for the holidays. Don't miss our weekend special. Save 50% on the new Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed, plus free premium delivery when you add a base. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
Hey team, we landed the contract!
Kaya's web design studio just landed the gig of a lifetime.
It starts next week?
Their staff needs to double before the dream deal becomes a nightmare.
We need front end, back end, a project manager.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
With Notre Dame leading Georgia Tech 38-0, 4:30 left until halftime. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Notre Dame Radio Network.
This is WNSN South Bend, home of Notre Dame football. Presented by South Bend Orthopedics.
Encouraging news up and down the stat sheet here for Notre Dame as they're about to jog out offensively, about 1st down and 10 on their own 11-yard line. First of all, Ryan, they lead 38-0. Jack Cohn is 12 out of 14, 2 touchdowns. One to Michael Mayer, one to Logan Diggs. And Notre Dame 35 yards away from hitting the 300-yard mark with total offense in the first half.
And if you're an offensive coach for Notre Dame saying, score again, then we're halfway to 80. I mean, you're halfway to 80 points in this game.
Cohn in the shotgun, standing on his own 6, has Kyron Williams 1 yard to his left. Takes the snap, drops back, looks to his right, throws deep down the right side to Kevin Austin, catches the ball at the 50, tackled at the 40-yard line of Georgia Tech. Jack Cohn lifted a perfect fade pass to Kevin Austin, put it right on him. Wanye Thomas eventually made the tackle to safety for Georgia Tech, but that's a gain of 60 yards to set up 1st and 10 on the Georgia Tech 39-yard line.
Perfect play call by offensive coordinator Tommy Reese. Georgia Tech was selling out for the run, man-to-man coverage. Kevin Austin, maybe a little push off, maybe not. Must not have been, no flag, but excellent play and big chunk of yards after just one pass.
1st and 10 on the 39. Cone now 13 out of 15. Hands off to Williams inside, nowhere to go. Fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage. Linebacker Trinelius Tatum in on Williams right when he got the ball to take the handoff. And see if he got back to the line of scrimmage. Might have been thrown for a loss. The scoreboard says 2nd down and 38. I do not believe that is correct, Ryan.
And just to give you an idea of the physicality and dominance offensive line for Notre Dame has, Jarrett Patterson, the center, was just 12 yards downfield blocking his linebacker.
Kyron Williams, 8 carries, 56 yards, is to the left of Jack Cone. The entire offense looking over to the Notre Dame sideline. Play clock down to 5 seconds. Cone has it now. He's related to the offensive line. Takes the snap, drops back, sets up, in trouble, throws over the middle. Michael Mayer with a catch at the 20-yard line and tackled on the near numbers. Cone under pressure, put it a little bit behind Michael Mayer. He reached back to catch it. Gain of 18.
Phenomenal play by Jack Cone. He was looking for a way to get out of the pocket and then saw that he just had to throw it, no other choice, and threw a perfect pass under duress to Michael Mayer, who came across left to right, and him and Michael Mayer celebrating before they started setting up. That was a huge relationship play. I know he's going to be there. I just got to get the ball there.
Mayer now 3 catches, 86 yards, and 1 touchdown. 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line for Cone. In the shotgun, waits for the snap. Williams just to his right. Takes the handoff to Williams, stands in the pocket, rolls out to his right, looking downfield across to 30, throws to Michael Mayer, 10, 5, down to George Takis. That was George Takis with the catch, and he makes it down to the 3-yard line. Similar body type to Michael Mayer, but a nice job by Jack Cone rolling out to his right, hitting Takis for a gain of 17, who rumbles down.
Timeout for an injured player.
Well, and a heads-up play by
to the 3-yard line.
Heads-up play by George Takis. Takis was blocking, realized he had no one coming, looked back and saw that Jack Cone was rolling out to his right, so he immediately took off downfield as the Georgia Tech defender went towards Cone, creating the open space. That's a heads-up play by the senior, George Takis.
Cone on this drive, 3 out of 3 for 84 yards. Timeout on the field, injured player for Georgia Tech. Both teams are on their sideline. Talked to Tommy Reese yesterday, and he told a really cool story about George Takis, who just made that catch. He said normally to start a week, he picks out 6 plays, all about hustle, effort, and toughness, and he spreads it around. He said all 6 plays this week he showed, all from George Takis.
Amazing.
Blocking downfield, hustle plays, toughness plays. And he pointed out, he said, guys, look at this. This is a player who has 1 catch all season, and he's still playing with this kind of energy and effort. Good to see him come up with a big catch after knowing the way he was honored early in the week.
And then you get him the football, and he's ready for the opportunity. And it's tough when you're in a college program to tell the younger guys, hey, be ready, because they may be 4th or 5th on the depth chart, not getting the plays that they want. All of a sudden, you got to make do with what you have, and George Takis doing a great job there, realizing he wasn't even in the passing pattern, but got out because he's a football player. A little schoolyard football between him and Jack Cone, and Jack Cone's been phenomenal on this drive.
He's 15 out of 17 for the day. You hear all the
Notre
whistles.
Dame has called timeout to challenge the spot of the ball.
Yeah, they're going to want to spot the ball at the 1. I anticipate watching the replay. George Takis also destroyed a Georgia Tech defender, tried to keep him from the end zone, but Takis stepped out at about the 1-yard line, not the 3 where they marked him.
So 2:07 until halftime. Notre Dame with that 38-0 lead against Georgia Tech, and they have just challenged to see how close to the goal line George Takis actually got. They marked him out of the 3.
And the wave starting in the crowd in the first half.
It looks like he stepped out of bounds at the 1 there, Ryan. The right foot was about 1 inch in play when it planted on the 3. Then he stepped out on the 1-yard line.
Just destroyed Zamari Walton, cornerback for Georgia Tech. Whoa.
And we'll wait and see with the effort there of Takis and knowing how the Notre Dame coaches recognized him during the week, if they find a way to get him the ball here with a pass play of some sort.
That'd be fun. What's that like as a quarterback when you hear the play and you say, oh, we are going to reward a guy who just is giving great effort?
awesome.
Yeah.
Because you've been there on the inside with him the whole time, and you know how much he deserves it.
Yeah.
And then it becomes kind of like that wide open layup where if you're going to create some kind of play with a pick or a little rollout, you know he's going to be there. You just don't want to short it.
Yeah. More pressure on the quarterback then when you know.
There's always more pressure on the
of
quarterback.
course. No bias there. But all right, guys, we're going to get the ball to Georgia Tech.
After further review, the runner was out of bounds with the ball at the 1 yard line.
That's
Clock
just...
will be reset to 2 minutes, 13 seconds, and we'll start on my signal.
That's just been awesome.
It's a total offense right now. Notre Dame with 351, Georgia Tech only 80. And to see if George Takis jogs back out onto the field. He has one career touchdown. That came at Duke 2 years ago.
Notre Dame is not charged with a timeout.
Heads up play by Coach Kelly, and players like that too. You know, it might be like, what's the difference, 2 yards? Our coach wants to reward our effort. He's going to throw the flag. You get a lot of good confidence from your offense in you.
So Takis lined up to the right of Cone. He's under center. Kyron Williams behind him. Takes the snap, stands in the pocket. Cone throws far side of the field, just threw that ball away. He faked 2 runs there with the play action, set up on the 10-yard line, didn't like what he saw. Takis was not open, so Cone just fired the ball away. Only his 3rd incompletion. His numbers are ridiculous right now. He's 15 out of 18 for 285, 2 touchdowns, no picks.
Little kudos to you, Paul. He called it out. They're going to try and get him the ball, and Takis was double covered.
From the shotgun, hands off inside to Williams, fighting at the 1, tries to get across the stripe. Does not look like he got there. He got inside the 1, but he's still about a foot short. That'll bring up 3rd down and goal from inside the 1 yard line.
I think he might have got over the line there. We're looking at the replay as we watch it. We're getting the sideline view now. Kyron Williams had to play a little hop skip.
And Cone took the snap, hands off to Williams over the left side, goes in standing after he ran over a Georgia Tech defender. Wanye Thomas, the safety at the goal line. Kyron Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. 129 until halftime, and Notre Dame leads Georgia Tech 44-0.
Well, Kyron Williams there, not much on the run as he went to the left, and you mentioned it. He just ran over Wanye Thomas at the goal line, looked at him, and then stepped his right foot over the line to the goal line. That's an amazing play. Kyron Williams just so physical. Hard to believe he gets more physical as you get closer to the red zone, but he really does.
And the extra point attempted by Harrison Leonard. Penalty markers come out as the extra point went up and in. Harrison Leonard, the junior out of Avon Old Farm School in Connecticut, just up the road from the house.
Oh, Avon Old Farms sounds like a commercial, you know. Get your chicken from Avon Old Farms.
129 left in the first half, and Notre Dame leads Georgia Tech 45-0. That was a 7-play, 89-yard drive. 3:01 off the clock. Kyron Williams with a 1-yard touchdown run. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The first came from 9 yards away. So Logan Diggs has a pair of touchdowns. Kyron Williams has 2. Michael Mayer has a touchdown
After
reception.
play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 73, offense, his first of the game. 15-yard penalty on the kickoff.
Really fun to see everybody celebrating there as the field goal was kicked.
So Jack Cone last week, Ryan, was 15 out of 20 at Virginia. Today, he is 15 out of 18. So he's up over 80% these last couple of games.
That's unbelievable. And don't you have Michael Mayer averaging almost 30 yards per catch? That's pretty good for a first half.
Yeah, Michael Mayer, we checked down here, 3 catches, 86 yards. That works.
That's unbelievable, man. Wow.
And you look at the pass catching here for Notre Dame today, it's pretty much chalk for the season. Their top 3 pass catchers have been Michael Mayer, Kyron Williams, Kevin Austin. Those are your top 3 today. Kyron has 4 catches. Mayer has the 3 for 86 we talked about, and Kevin Austin 2 catches for 89 yards. The big chunks are out there, just like they were for former Irish quarterback Phil Jurkovec last week when Boston College played against Georgia Tech. He averaged over 24 yards per completion. And Jack Cone, 15 completions for 285. Jonathan Noor jogs up to the ball, kicks it away. Short kickoff. Caught at the 13-yard line across the 20. Goes Zende Ray. Fights off a tackler across the 30 and goes down at the 33-yard line in between the near hash and the near numbers. Picks up 20 on that return.
Just a physical performance by Notre Dame offensively and defensively.
And Ray was slow to get up. He's now walking off the field with the help of a couple of athletic trainers there for the Yellow Jackets. And now we see if Notre Dame can continue to pitch the shutout after giving up only field goals against Navy and also last week at Virginia. 45-0. The Fighting Irish lead Georgia Tech. 1:22 until halftime. Jordan Yates back on the field. First down and 10 in his own 33. Delayed draw up the middle across the 30-35 and brought down at the 38-yard line is Jahmyr Gibbs. A sidestep in the backfield, then a sprint before he's tackled by J.D. Bertrand. Picks up 5 yards.
And we're not seeing Jack Kaiser back in the game yet. He left the previous drive due to injury.
Jack Kaiser, 42-yard pick 6 in that first quarter. Second down 5. He watches the rest of the defense play here now inside a minute until halftime. Yates drops back against a 4-man rush in trouble. Throws complete at the 40 and up to the 44-yard line. Tight end Dylan Leonard caught the ball, rumbled for 6 yards. Good enough for a first down. First and 10 on the Georgia Tech 44. 41 seconds and counting until halftime. And Georgia Tech trying to get on the board, trailing 45-0. Yates drops back, throws over the middle, complete at the 47 and driven back to the 46. And the whistles blow. Timeout called by the Yellow Jackets.
Timeout, Georgia Tech. Their second of the half.
I get it. You want a
30-second timeout.
You want a chance to score. You're down 45-0, man. maybe you let the clock run out. I get it.
Got to score.
I understand.
Come on.
And if roles reversed, 100% I'm taking the timeout, right? But starting to come back now, right? But you're going to get the ball at the half, and you really haven't done anything all game. But I appreciate the spirit by Georgia Tech.
Notre Dame comes into this game 9-1, ranked number 8 in the college football playoff rankings. Certainly will have a very good chance to move up after Ohio State took care of number 7 Michigan State 56-7. And we'll see what happens later on. Kickoff between Oregon and Utah.
You talk about Ohio State. I mean, Ryan Day has done an amazing job there. To be able to fill in the shoes of some of the legendary coaches that Ohio State's had there, suffer an early loss, and dominate like you are down the stretch. He's doing a good job at Ohio State.
Jordan Yates back on the field, moving right to left. Standing on his near hash, second down 6 on the Notre Dame 48. In the pocket, in trouble, runs up across the 45, throws to the far sideline, low, complete to the 40 across the 35, and as he approached the 30-yard line, Dylan Leonard, second consecutive play, he has a catch, caught a low ball on the far sideline and runs for a 22-yard gain.
Yeah, right there, Notre Dame coming with the blitz, and Yates stepped up in the pocket. The defense was a little too deep, and Yates deciding to throw the ball downfield to Leonard for the big gain.
And you know the Notre Dame defenders are aware of the fact that they did not give up a touchdown the last 2 games.
Oh, yeah, you know that. You're aware of that. You're aware of how awesome you are generally, right?
First and 10 now on the 30, 20 seconds until halftime. Yates is now on the far hash, takes the shotgun, snap, 4-man rush, lifts one down the far sideline. The ball juggled at the 5 and incomplete. Through the fade pass inside the 5-yard line, Adonicus Sanders got his hands on it, jumped over Clarence Lewis, but couldn't hang on to the 3-yard line. And it's second down 10 on the 30-yard line.
Fantastic play by Clarence Lewis. He was facing the ball carrier, which is always dangerous because any contact's going to draw a penalty. But as soon as his hands went up, then Clarence Lewis threw up his right hand and deflected the pass. Excellent coverage by the sophomore.
14 seconds, second down 10. Notre Dame's defense trying to preserve this first half shutout, leading 45-0. Yates drops back. Stands in the pocket, still standing, fires to his right, behind his receiver, and it falls incomplete on the 25-yard line. Wanted Dylan Leonard, the tight end, in between the far numbers and far sideline. Incomplete, third down 10.
Just so much pressure on Yates. He got hit by 2 different defenders, Isaiah Foskey and Jason Ademilola on that play. I mean, he is under duress and not comfortable in the pocket. This Notre Dame defense getting a little more nasty as the league continues to build. You want your defense to be nasty, nasty guys each and every play, winning their one-on-one battles.
If there could be a big play when it's 45-0, here it is. 9 seconds left in the half, third down 10. Yates rolls out to his left. throws, incomplete at the 20-yard line on the near sideline. Wanted P.J. Harris, but tight coverage from Cam Hart forces the incompletion, and I believe Georgia Tech, yes, they are running out the field goal unit. 3 seconds left. And the ball on the 30-yard line.
Well, Cam Hart, just a junior, but I think one of the best corners in the country. Just phenomenal ball skills and showing it there, breaking up the pass as it got to him.
Jude Kelly now. Ball on the right hash from 47 yards away.
Protect the goose.
Snap, hold, kick is up. It's not going to get there. Blocked. Kick landed at the 1-yard line.
That's the end of the second quarter.
What a way to end the half.
A fitting finish to the half. Notre Dame's defense scores 1 touchdown. Jack Kaiser with a 42-yard pick six. And Notre Dame's offense, they put up points on all 6 of their possessions. The teams head to their halftime locker rooms with Notre Dame leading Georgia Tech 45-0. Now back to Tony Simeone for the Notre Dame halftime report.
Thanks, Paul. That is about as good as a half of football could go for Notre Dame. Unbelievable. 45-0. The Irish lead the Yellow Jackets. We have plenty of highlights to cover here at the intermission. We'll do that, check the college football scoreboard, and chat with Ryan Harris about the key to the second half, and quite frankly, might even look ahead to next week against Stanford at this rate. Notre Dame dominating Georgia Tech 45-0. Back with more on the halftime report after this on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Cannon Solutions America proudly supports Notre Dame football. Are your business office needs incomplete? With Cannon Solutions America, a playmaker in managed services solutions, we support document management demands, creating powerful workflows to help maximize productivity with cutting-edge Cannon technology. No matter the situation, count on Cannon Solutions America's experienced professionals to help you reach your goals. Visit csa.cannon.com/GMS. That's csa.cannon.com/GMS.
In every conflict since the Civil War, Notre Dame graduates have fought for their country. Trained officers to serve in the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. In both World Wars, Korea, Vietnam, the Persian Gulf, Iraq, and Afghanistan. And now we have a new initiative in service to those who serve, the Office of Military and Veterans Affairs, preparing veterans for college and helping them graduate. It's who we are. God, country, Notre Dame.
So you finally got your credit score up to 700. You're feeling good, about to get a new credit card with rewards. You apply and, ooh, it's not approved. And that knocks your score right out of the 700 club. There's a better way. Next time, go to Credit Karma and check out your approval odds first so you can find a card you're more likely to get approved for. And with over 100 million members, there are plenty of reviews to help you choose. Get your free credit scores and find the right card for you at Credit Karma. Approval not guaranteed, subject to checks.
Trade Pros. Ferguson is committed to making business with us the easiest part of your day. Ferguson.com is designed to help run your business from the office to the job site by making your day-to-day activities easier with 24/7 account access, unmatched online inventory, and on-the-go account management. And with our Pro Plus customer loyalty program, you can earn points with every online purchase, redeemable for merchandise, event tickets, trips, and more. Sign up today at Ferguson.com.
Welcome to Halftime on the Notre Dame Radio Network. Your complete first half recap is coming up as we send you inside our network studio. Here's Tony Simeone.
Halftime in South Bend between Notre Dame and Georgia Tech. Tony Simeone with you here in the studio as the Irish have dominated the first 30 minutes of this one. It has been all Notre Dame. Let's take a listen back to some of the highlights here in the opening half. Notre Dame got off to a great start. First drive resulted in a field goal, and then the defense came out. They were all over Georgia Tech on the first few plays, and ultimately it resulted in a pick six.
Yates takes the snap, drops back in the shotgun. He's in trouble. Just gets rid of the ball. Intercepted. This will be a pick six. 20, 15, 10. Into the end zone goes Jack Kaiser. 42-yard touchdown. Isaiah Foskey with the furious blitz knocked the ball out. Kaiser picked it out of the air, ran by himself 42 yards to the end zone.
earlier on that drive, Jack Kaiser almost had a fumble recovery. It was overturned because it was deemed an incomplete pass. But once he took it in, you could get the sense like Notre Dame was going to be off and running in this one. That made it a 10-0 edge. Notre Dame's offense came back on the field after another 3-and-out performed by the defense, and Kyron Williams took it into the end zone.
Cone takes the snap. Gives inside to Williams across the 10. Stiff arm 5. Touchdown, Kyron Williams. Kyron Williams from 9 yards out off the left side. One stiff arm and then an easy cruise into the end zone. Notre Dame leads Georgia Tech 16-0. 4:57 left in the first quarter.
Extra point was good. Again, the defense did their job. They haven't allowed any points so far in this one. So the Irish got it back, leading 17-0. And then Michael Mayer, on one of the final plays of the first quarter, hit a home run from Jack Cohn.
Jack Cohn right back on the ball. 1st and 10 to the 48. Drops back from the 40-yard line. Throws over the middle. Michael Mayer by himself. 25-20. He will win this foot race to the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Jack Cohn to Michael Mayer. 52 yards out down the middle, and big number 87 didn't even have to sprint to the end zone. He could just jog that one on in.
24-0 after the extra point on that one. Again, defense came out, another 3-and-out. Georgia Tech has just not been able to move the ball with any consistency against Notre Dame. Offense came on the field for the first time in the second quarter, and they drove it down again to make it 31-0. This time, Logan Diggs, the freshman, punched it in. Defense came back on the field, leading 31-0. Another 3-and-out got the Irish the ball back, and again, the offense drove it down. The freshman, Logan Diggs, on the receiving end of a screen pass.
Chris Tyree in motion. Fakes the swing to him, sets up the screen to the right side of the 20-yard line is Diggs. Across the 15-10, he has a chance inside the 5 and inside the end zone. Logan Diggs scores for the second time today, this time from 20 yards out on the screen pass. 7:21 until halftime. Notre Dame now leads Georgia Tech 37-0.
Another good extra point and another good defensive series got Notre Dame the ball back one more time in the opening half. They drove it down the field again. Kevin Austin hit a big completion to put them in scoring range, and Kyron Williams punched it in to make it 45-0. Quick look at the stat sheet so far here in the opening half. Notre Dame has outgained Georgia Tech 354 total yards to just 117. Jack Cohn, as good as he's ever been really so far this year in the opening half, 15 for 18 for 285 and 2 touchdowns. At least one of those incompletions as well was just him throwing the ball away, so he has been magnificent. The running game doing well. Kyron Williams, 10 carries for 57 yards, but Notre Dame doing a lot of that damage through the air. As you heard, Jack Cohn throwing it well, but Kyron Williams has 4 catches. Michael Mayer with 3 for 86. Austin with 2 for 89. They have spread the wealth around so far offensively and are dominating. Again, 24 first quarter points. They had 35 first quarter points in the first 10 games of the season combined. An impressive performance from Notre Dame through the first 30 minutes. 45-0. The Irish are on top. We'll step aside and come back. This is Fighting Irish Football.
Oh, while we're in lawn and garden, I was thinking I should pick up one of those little things for watering my plants.
A hose?
No, the things that look like teapots, but for plants. You know, you tip it over and it goes blah, 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 blah.
You're good at describing words you've forgotten.
Like those things that give the plants a shower, you know, that you fill up.
A watering can?
Yes, a watering can. I knew that.
We're good at your insurance. Find an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Legendary comedian Damon Wayans. It's personal tour.
Life is like a roller coaster ride. Tink, tink, tink. And then you come up over that ridge, and there's 21. Drugs, sex, venereal disease. What? And then the ride goes into that first loop, and you come out, whoom, now you're 40 years old, your kids hate you, and you still got student loans.
Damon Wayans. Friday, February 18th at 9 p.m. Eastern at Silver Creek Event Center at Four Winds Casino. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Damon Wayans. Silver Creek Event Center at Four Winds Casino, New Buffalo.
At KeyBank, we know you've got a lot in your head when it comes to your money. You're excited for payday, annoyed about being nickeled and dimed for using your nickels and dimes, and feeling all the emotions everyone has when it comes to money stuff. That's why we created the Key Smart Checking Account. No maintenance fees, no minimum balance requirements, 40,000 ATMs, and convenient digital access. We work hard to make banking easier, so you can get out of your head and on with your life. KeyBank opens doors. Visit key.com/keysmartchecking. $10 minimum opening deposit required. KeyBank is member FDIC.
35 years ago, Mannheim Steamroller released an album that revolutionized Christmas forever. The album that started it all, Mannheim Steamroller Christmas, will be performed live in its entirety for the first time ever. Come celebrate America's favorite Christmas tradition. Mannheim Steamroller Christmas by Chip Davis.
November 30th at the Morris Performing Arts Center. Tickets on sale now at morriscenter.org.
This is Notre Dame football on Sunny 101.5.
Welcome back to the Notre Dame Football Radio Network studio. Tony Simeone with you here at halftime as the Irish have a 45-0 lead over Georgia Tech. A almost perfect first half from the Irish. They look in control of this one, ready to advance to 10-1. Quick check around the rest of the college football scoreboard. The big score earlier in the day, of course, was Michigan State losing big against Ohio State on the road. That effectively takes them out of the college football playoff. 56-7 was the final. Michigan State right ahead of Notre Dame in those rankings at 7th. So Notre Dame, when they get this one finalized tonight, they can rest assured they'll be at least 7th next week. A couple other scores of interest. Georgia wins 56-7. They remain unbeaten at the top of the rankings. Cincinnati right now, after one quarter, up 14-0 over SMU. They are currently ranked 5th. Wisconsin playing Nebraska at home. That's a team Notre Dame just wants to keep on winning. They're up 14-7 over the Cornhuskers. Michigan currently 9-1. You figure they might be in a huge game next week against Ohio State, a couple of one-loss teams. They're up 14-0 over Maryland, taking care of their business. It's going to be very interesting to monitor that Big Ten. You're really hoping for next week, I think, Michigan to beat Ohio State, knock them out of the conversation, then go to that Big Ten title game and get Wisconsin to beat Michigan. Again, that might be wishful thinking, but you could find a way to get all three of those teams, Michigan, Michigan State, and Ohio State, multiple losses and knock them out. But for now, Michigan looks to be in control against Maryland and can preserve their one-loss record. One more score to look at, Alabama, second in the country. They're up 10-0 over 21st-ranked Arkansas early in the second quarter. We'll step aside and come back to check in with Ryan Harris after this on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Shop Black Friday deals even earlier at Lowe's. Like your choice Craftsman 20-volt Max Drill or Impact Driver Kit was $79, now $59. And special values, plus up to $750 off now on select major appliances and free delivery over $299. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. Must ask cashier to apply coupon. Savings vary based on purchase amount. Can't be combined with additional discounts. Exclusions apply. Valid through 11/24 while supplies last. U.S. only.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and navage? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart, or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E.
Trade Pros. Ferguson is committed to making business with us the easiest part of your day. Ferguson.com is designed to help run your business from the office to the job site by making your day-to-day activities easier with 24/7 account access, unmatched online inventory, and on-the-go account management. And with our Pro Plus customer loyalty program, you can earn points with every online purchase, redeemable for merchandise, event tickets, trips, and more. Sign up today at Ferguson.com.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Wait a minute. I've heard that before. That's the note Jeremy wrote to me in my yearbook in the 6th grade. How'd you even know that?
Because it's from Geico.
Yeah, wait, here it is. Dear Luke, have a great summer. P.S. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more. Love, Jeremy.
Geico's had this tagline for years, because we help save people money.
So wait, you're saying Jeremy copied you? Yeah, that actually does sound like something the J-Man would do.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Hey, team, we landed the contract.
Kaya's web design studio just landed the gig of a lifetime.
It starts next week.
Their staff needs to double before the dream deal becomes a nightmare.
I need front end, back end, a project manager.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This holiday season, keep auto value in mind when shopping for holiday gifts.
For big gifts and little stocking stuffers, shop first at your local Auto Value Auto Parts store. This month, ATD 3-piece plier sets are just $28.95, and a 12-in-1 multi-tool is just $9.95, while the Wilmar Cobb Work Light is only $7.95 this month. For stocking stuffers galore, visit your conveniently located and locally owned Auto Value Auto Parts store, where service is the difference. We get it.
Halftime between Notre Dame and Georgia Tech, and it's the Irish on top 45-0 in this one. Tony Simeone with you here in the studio, joined now by Ryan Harris, who's up in the booth. He's seen the entire first half, as good of a first half as I can remember, Ryan. I'll give it to you broadly. Just what has been the most impressive thing about the first 30 minutes from Notre Dame?
The continued focus. I mean, Tony, it's amazing. You're up 38-0, and you still go and score a touchdown within 4 minutes. I mean, that's just focus, tenacity, and you need to have that in you for where you want to go in the postseason. So I just love the sustained focus offensively and defensively. And then a huge block on a field goal. Myron Tonga-Viloa Amosa on senior day, getting a block to protect the goose egg. You know we were going to talk about it, Tony.
Well, you love protecting that goose, and they do have the shutout. They now have not given up a touchdown still in 2.5 games here. I'll ask you about the rest of this contest. 45-0, I imagine preserving everyone's health is important, but what are you looking for? Senior day, very rarely you get a chance to maybe get some guys involved. What do you think the mindset is here in the last 30 minutes?
Well, you're going to tell the guys that get in there, hey, extend our lead offensively. And if they get it on defense, just because you're in doesn't mean we can give up a touchdown. You got to keep that team-wide tenacity that you have right now and give the players who haven't played yet an opportunity to be a part of this fantastic dominance so far.
All right, Ryan, appreciate it. We will check in with you after the game. Notre Dame leading 45-0 at halftime, a nearly perfect first half against Georgia Tech. We'll be back with the second half after this on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Find more ways to Black Friday even earlier at Lowe's. Save $140 on our special Buy GE Colorado Pine Pre-Lit Tree, just $158 compared to $298. Plus, Christmas lights everyday low price starting at $298. Black Friday deals live online Thanksgiving Day. Stores open 6 a.m. Black Friday. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. While supplies last, tree discount taken at time of purchase. Valid through 11/24, U.S. only.
Hi, welcome to Furniture Depot. And you, come on in. Yes.
Couches are flying off the floor at Cheyenne's Furniture Store.
Sarah, can you go over to dining sets, please?
She needs more sales associates before shoppers take their seats elsewhere.
Can somebody get me a price check on trundle beds?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and navage? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart, or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E.
Taking the road less traveled means challenging the status quo. And with the all-new 2022 Nissan Frontier, you can literally take the road less traveled. With standard 310 horsepower, you can go where the road doesn't. The all-new next-generation Nissan Frontier is loaded with advanced technology and a luxurious premium interior designed for all-day comfort. Find your Frontier in the all-new 2022 Nissan Frontier. Shop NissanUSA.com today.
Toast to Notre Dame football by raising a pint of Guinness, now a proud partner and official beer of Fighting Irish alumni and fans. Even during these unprecedented times, we're reminded that football, just like a pint of Guinness, is about building the bonds between us all. So here's to the Irish faithful, whether you're Irish by blood or in spirit. Guinness, official beer of Notre Dame Fighting Irish alumni and fans. Please drink responsibly. Diageo Beer Company, New York, New York.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, the new Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan. So make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Notre Dame leads 45-0 after the first half. Tony Simeone with you here in the studio. It is the most first half points Notre Dame has scored since 2017 against Miami of Ohio at home in late September. The Irish have looked dominant on both sides of the ball. Jack Cohn, 5 for 18, 285, 2 touchdowns. They're moving it at will. They're stopping the Yellow Jackets every time they have the ball. For more in the second half, let's go back to the booth to Paul Burmeister and Ryan Harris.
Tony, thank you very much. And Ryan and I have been here in this spot before where we come back just before the third quarter and the Fighting Irish are in control. But I can't remember the two of us doing a game together where so many things went so well for Notre Dame, and the score of 45-0 is a perfect representation of what we've seen the first two quarters.
Dominant on the offensive line, in the pass game offensively, dominant on the defensive line and in the secondary defensively. They are imposing their will. And, Paul, you and I have been on the field with a big lead before. It's hard to keep your focus, and that, to me, is the most impressive thing, and you won't find that on a stat sheet. You had a team up 38-0, playing like their hair was on fire to get another touchdown before the half. That's what you want to see if you're Coach Kelly, that resilience and that focus from your group.
Notre Dame came into this game 5-game win streak, sitting at 9-1 and ranked 8th in the college football playoff rankings. And Georgia Tech came in 3-7 with 4 consecutive losses. More on those college football playoff rankings. The Fighting Irish sitting at 8. Michigan State one ahead of them at 7. They got trounced by Ohio State 56-7, so there's a chance to move up. Michigan at 6, they're leading Maryland 14-0. Fifth-ranked Cincinnati on top of SMU early second quarter 20-0. Jonathan Doerr's kickoff is up and caught at the 1-yard line, will be returned across the 10, 15, 20 on the near hash. And he reverses field out across the 25, 20, 30 goes Jahmyr Gibbs. He had a return for a touchdown last week against Boston College. He's run out of bounds before he got to the 40. Just as he got to the 40-yard line to set up first down and 10 Yellow Jackets. 40-yard return there for Gibbs to the left side, and then a reverse completely around the right side. And now we'll see if Jordan Yates, who has started and gone the whole way for the Yellow Jackets at quarterback, Jeff Sims, starting quarterback last year for Georgia Tech against Notre Dame, and the intended starting quarterback this year, out with an injury, so it's been Yates the entire way. 9 out of 18 for 80 yards. Georgia Tech being outgained 354 to 117 to start the third quarter. Yates hands off across the right side to the 40 and brought down to the 43-yard line as Dante Smith picks up 3 yards.
Physical hit.
J.T. Bertrand with a tackle there, Ryan.
And physical hit by Houston Griffith at the end when J.D. Bertrand was bringing him down. But just a fantastic finish by this Notre Dame defense. Not blitzing to start the second half and really playing a 3-down front. So I like what Marcus Freeman is doing, letting his guys play and play underneath.
Just like last week, we're seeing a lot of Ramon Henderson, the former corner, as the field safety. He's lined up 10 yards off the ball. Quick pitch to the left side for Georgia Tech, out across the 45 and spun around, keeping his feet across the 50 and the 40 on the near sideline, pushed out of bounds. Finally, Dante Smith is pushed out as he got inside the 35-yard line. They give him to the 34-yard line. 22-yard gain.
And Smith took about 2 huge hits, one from Myron Tonga-Viloa, Amosa, then Isaiah Foskey, and still found his way to the sideline. So Notre Dame just trying to really hit people instead of tackle. Small difference, but that was it for Carter there.
1st and 10 at the 34, clock ticking, 13:47 left in the third quarter. Yates quick throw to the right side, complete at the 30 and brought down at the 29 as he was pushed backwards as he caught the ball. Adonicus Sanders on the shortstop route. Jordan Botello, defensive end, was all the way out there on the far sideline to make the tackle. Gain of 3.
Well, I love that Jordan Botello is in there. If you ask me about the future of this Notre Dame defense, it starts with Jordan Botello. He is so big, so fast, can play multiple positions. I like that he's getting some playing time right now.
6'2", 245 sophomore out of Hawaii. 2nd and 7 from the 31. Yates quick fire to the right side, behind the line of scrimmage, drilled at the 40. Just as he crossed the 40 at the 38-yard line, Clarence Lewis was all over Kyron McGowan as he caught the ball in the quick swing out to the right side, loss of 5.
And Clarence Lewis absolutely destroyed that play before it started, saw the wide receiver screen to the right, and just fought through his opponent as quick as possible to make the tackle for loss.
like so many things in the first half, third down was not good to the Yellow Jackets. They converted just 1 out of 7 times. And this is a tough one here. Third down and 12 on the Notre Dame 36-yard line. Over 70,000 here today on Senior Day in South Bend. Yates claps for the ball, drops back against a 6-man rush. Drilled as he tried to get rid of the ball, and it falls incomplete at the 30-yard line. Bo Bauer on a fierce rush came in and got all of Yates just as he released that ball.
And Yates looked like he didn't even want to throw the ball. He just knew he was going to get hit so hard again. And Yates really lucky it wasn't an interception. They might review this as a fumble because Bo Bauer was there so quick as Yates threw the football. But with the ball going forward, typically that means he was in his throwing motion.
Yeah, Yates faked like Bauer faked like he was going to drop into coverage, took one step back and then sprinted up the middle to get a big shot on Yates. 6th punt now for Georgia Tech is up and away, short end over end, and a fair catch called for at the 12-yard line by Matt Salerno. 24-yard punt and no return. Kyron Williams had been returning punts here today, but Matt Salerno steps in and executes that fair catch. Notre Dame will have it first down and 10 on their own 12-yard line. 12:18 left in the third quarter, leading Georgia Tech 45-0 when we come back on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Hi, welcome to Furniture Depot. And you, come on in. Yes.
Couches are flying off the floor at Cheyenne's Furniture Store.
Sarah, can you go over to dining sets, please?
She needs more sales associates before shoppers take their seats elsewhere.
Can somebody get me a price check on trundle beds?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
To show you how easy it is to file a claim with Geico, we hired a scary movie victim.
Oh no, a tree fell on my car, and there's only one thing to do. Trip over my own feet and pull myself across the lawn while yelling help at a barely audible volume.
Sorry to interrupt, but you filed a claim with Geico, so you've got a designated claims team to help you.
This Geico sounds suspiciously reassuring. Are you sure I don't end up getting surprised with an unexpected twist?
Just that your Geico team will always be there to keep you updated.
No! What is it? Oh, nothing. I just didn't see that coming.
Geico. Great service without all the drama.
Tourism Ireland and Notre Dame Athletics have teamed up to bring you the best of Ireland. Enter for the chance to win a trip to Ireland for 2. The grand prize includes 2 round-trip economy airline tickets from the winner's nearest Ireland gateway in the USA, 6 nights accommodation, including a night in a castle, and a 7-day car rental. Discover all the stunning castles, dramatic coastlines, friendly locals, and charming cobbled streets. The best of Ireland awaits. Visit UND.com/thebestofIreland and enter for the chance to win. Tourism Ireland, official partner of Notre Dame Athletics. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Welcome back to South Bend on Senior Day here for Notre Dame. 12:18 left in the third quarter. Notre Dame all over Georgia Tech at this point. They lead 45-0. Jack Cohn is back in the game. 15 out of 18, 285, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Notre Dame had 6 offensive possessions in the first half. The first ended in a field goal. The last 5 were all touchdown drives. First and 10 on their own 12. Cohn in the shotgun. Gives to Williams off the left side, waiting for a place to go. Gets back to the 10, and that's about it. Fought his way out to the 11. In between the far hash and far numbers there. Loss of 1. Wanye Thomas, the safety, came up to make the stop.
Now you have to fight the nature here. The nature is, hey, let's find an open hole. When you've been creating what you wanted offensively, so you want to come out here in this third quarter. Yes, you have a 45-point lead. Weird to say out loud even, but you got to play with that intensity that you started the football game with.
Notre Dame 2 touchdowns apiece from Kyron Williams and Logan Diggs. Michael Mayer also with a touchdown catch. Jack Kaiser with a pick 6 for the defense. Throwing to the left, deep down the left sideline is Cohn, and the ball at the 50-yard line falls incomplete. The fade route to Braden Lenzy. He did get the left hand on it, couldn't come down with the ball. Brings up third down and 11. Miles Sims, the corner for Georgia Tech, with tight coverage.
And these are the things you cannot have. You cannot have a 3rd and long after destroying your opponent and averaging over 4 yards per carry each time you run the football. You got to continue to establish your dominance. And this is practice for the opportunities you're going to have to continue this season.
Third down in 11 now. Notre Dame 4 out of 6 converting third downs in the first half. Ball's on the far hash. They're moving left to right. Cohn takes the snap, drops back. On his own goal line, just grounds the football, drilled it into the ground. as he was trying to set up the screen. Kyron Williams was there, but
field is an incomplete pass. There is no foul for intentional grounding. Number 23 was in the area. Fourth down.
The blitz was crashing in on Cohn and at his own goal line while backing up and being pushed down. Just threw it into the ground near Kyron Williams. Fourth down, 11 coming up.
The next development that Notre Dame has to create offensively is versus the blitz. You have to have receivers snap off their routes. There against the blitz, there was no one to the outside, and Kevin Austin continued his route up the right seam and looked inside. Those two defenders leave, hey, you're coming. That's when you'll see quarterbacks in the NFL, they'll point two fingers. Hey, if you got two people coming, break your route off to get open.
Bramlett's first punt is a towering spiral. Fair catch called for at the 42-yard line. Boy, did he blast that one high. 47-yard punt with no return. 11:21 left in the third quarter here in South Bend. Notre Dame leads Georgia Tech 45-0. You're listening to Finding Irish Football.
There are sports bars everywhere these days, but there's only one place for award-winning jumbo wings, bigger beers, and better food and drink values all week long. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. We're so much more than wings. Enjoy wraps, salads, subs, seafoods, quesadillas, amazing appetizers, and awesome daily lunch food and drink specials. And now, when you can't eat here, order online for pickup at togo.wingsetc.com. It's fast, easy, and convenient. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. Good food, great times, and online ordering at togo.wingsetc.com.
Joint pain or injury shouldn't limit you and how you want to live your life. The care team at OSMC can help you feel better. We're experts in orthopedic care, sports medicine, pain management, and podiatry. We take time with you. We listen, then offer you treatment options. You decide on the solution that's right for you. This straightforward approach sets OSMC apart. It's the way to care. Choose the Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center. See us at any of our 6 locations, including our new Granger office.
At Legacy Heating and Air, we know the unexpected happens. Well, all too often. The team you've come to trust at Legacy now offers plumbing services. From leaks, repairs, and yes, emergencies, our team of professional plumbers can fix just about any problem. For a limited time, Legacy Heating and Air is giving you a chance to upgrade to a Navien high-efficiency tankless water heater for as low as $47 a month. Experience endless hot water, all while keeping your utility bills low. Visit LegacyPlumbingPros.com today to learn more.
Sunny 101.5 is your home for Notre Dame football.
Notre Dame and Georgia Tech played for the first time 99 years ago, back in 1922. On that day, the Fighting Irish won 13-3 here in South Bend on Senior Day today. 11:21 left in the third quarter. Notre Dame with a giant 45-0 lead. Paul Burmeister, Ryan Harris in the booth. And Ryan, looking around the top 10 in the college football playoff rankings, Michigan State, they were ranked number 7, one spot ahead of Notre Dame. They lose in a big way at Ohio State, 56-7. So they'll fall back, giving Notre Dame a chance to move up. Looking around here, and Alabama ranked number 2. They now lead Arkansas 16-7 in the second quarter. They just scored moments ago. We'll see if that extra point is good. And Cincinnati, who won here in South Bend earlier this season, they lead SMU 27-0. That's about halfway through the second quarter.
Well, and that was one of the few times that I think Cincinnati was going to get challenged, but Houston had themselves a heck of a night last night.
Yeah,
They're going to play Cincy in that league championship.
Georgia Tech 1st and 10 now in their own 41. Right up the middle, out to the 48-yard line goes Dante Smith. Drew White, middle linebacker, made the stop. Good gain there for the Yellow Jackets of 7 yards.
Yeah, and Smith just running right up the middle. A tough run. Georgia Tech pulling 2 offensive linemen. This is really tough football if you're Georgia Tech offensively. Hats off to Smith for still playing hard.
2nd and 4 from the 47. Notre Dame's been in control from the start here with a field goal drive right away, then a pick 6 from Jack Kaiser, then the offense just kept it rolling. 2nd and 4 here. Gibbs around the right side, hit from behind and brought down at the 46-yard line as he tried to work around the right side as he neared the far sideline. Drew White was there, so was Justin Ademilola. Loss of 1.
And a perfectly timed blitz by linebacker Drew White for Notre Dame. Shot the gap and absolutely pursued Gibbs all the way to the ground for the tackle for loss.
Of the many ways Notre Dame has been dominating here today, you can count 3rd down as one of them. 3rd and 4 coming up here. Yellow Jackets have converted just 1 out of 8 times. Jordan Yates looking over at his sideline. He's on the far hash. 2 pass catchers to his right and 2 to his left. Notre Dame brings 4. Yates gets rid of it. The ball knocked in the air and falls incomplete. He threw the deep curl route to his right. J.D. Bertrand got one hand on it to knock the ball off its path and eventually onto the ground to bring up 4th down 4.
And Yates is down because Tariq Bracy came on the blitz and absolutely destroyed. I feel like every time Yates throws the football, he takes a shot right to the chest. But also an amazing play by J.D. Bertrand, sky and high to deflect the football. And what I like, Bertrand was upset with himself that he didn't intercept the ball. When you expect that kind of play from yourself, that's just fantastic effort.
Yeah, Tariq Bracy got in there in a full sprint and drilled Yates. He has taken a beating today. Punt is away, low, end over end. Matt Salerno from his own 14 breaks a tackle across the 20. Penalty markers come in as he's ripped backwards to the 17-yard line. Right in the middle of the field with 2 penalty markers down. One on the 13, one on the 14.
9 quarterback hurries by Notre Dame's defense today, separate from the sacks they have.
We'll take a listen here to the referee.
The return. Illegal block in the back. Number 49, return team. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
There's the call of Stuart Mullins there. And Mike Graves called for the penalty for Notre Dame. 40-yard punt, 7-yard return. And they'll back up even more here. We'll see who comes out at quarterback for Notre Dame. It looks like Tyler Buckner. Did not see him at all in the first half. And Jack Cohn led the first drive of the third quarter, so maybe it's Buckner's game until he gives way to Drew Pine.
Well, I like that Coach Kelly gave Jack Cohn the entire first half. Hey, man, it's your second senior game. Thank you for everything you've done for Notre Dame.
Buckner keeps it himself up the middle, 20, 25, 30. He's got a chance near side of the field to the 50, 45, 40 near sideline, and finally pushed out of bounds as he crossed the 30-yard line by safety Wanye Thomas. Tyler Buckner faked the dive inside, sprinted over the right side, and goes 68 yards. Welcome to the game, Tyler Buckner.
Like Moses and the sea, Buckner's just walking right down the field. There's no one on either side of him. They fake the zone to the left, and then he follows tight end Mitchell Evans to the right. Evans throws a huge block to widen the hole, and there Tyler Buckner only caught because he didn't have enough speed to run 90 yards.
1st and 10 on the Georgia Tech 25. Play action, throw to the left side, complete 25-20. Now to the 15 on the far sideline, and pushed out of bounds goes Lorenzo Stiles. The freshman was quiet in the first half. Caught that pass behind the line of scrimmage on the left side and picks up 12.
Now listen, Jack Cohn's fantastic. He's been the reason why you've won multiple games this year. You cannot deny that
for an injured player.
When Tyler Buckner's in the game, this offense just snaps differently. It is a fast-moving offense when he is in there, and you get to activate different players. And with Tyler Buckner's ability to run, that really forces the defender to stay in the box, creating opportunities downfield.
And even though the game is out of control, Notre Dame leads 45-0. The injured player for Georgia Tech is Wanye Thomas. And as they take a break, we will take a break as well. 8:52 left in the third quarter. Notre Dame 45, Georgia Tech nothing on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
What do you mean we don't have those numbers?
Bruno's sports analytics startup lost its math whiz to the competition.
In order to stay competitive, we have to have this.
Now he needs a new statistician to even the score.
I don't even think these predictions are the most current. I mean, this is.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back to South Bend. The Fighting Irish offensively will face 1st down and 10 on the Georgia Tech 14-yard line. Jack Cohn played the entire first half and the first drive of the third quarter. He has gone to the bench, and his day was terrific, completing 15 out of 20 passes. He was also 15 out of 20 last week at Virginia. Tyler Buckner has come in. He's leading his first drive. Just had a big run of over 60 yards, and that's how Notre Dame is set up 1st and 10 on the Georgia Tech 14. Notre Dame with 296 yards rushing, a season high, just passing the 293 they had against North Carolina last month.
Fantastic. Wanye Thomas going out. He was an all-ACC Defensive Player of the Week twice in this past month. So that's a big loss for Georgia Tech here.
Tyler Buckner is under center. Chris Tyree is behind him. Fumbled snap, and Buckner just pounces on it on the 16-yard line.
And that's why Tyler Buckner hasn't gotten consistent play. There's been one or two of those plays every time he gets on the field of just small mechanical things that disrupts the flow of the game.
Loss of 2 yards, clock ticking, 8:15 and counting left in the third. Buckner leading his first drive here of this game, backs up to the shotgun with Tyree to his left. Takes the snap, hands off to Tyree, trying to find a space up the middle, gets across the 10 and drilled right when he got there. And he goes down to the 10-yard line. Tariq Carpenter, the safety, got him, gain of 5. Brings up 3rd down and 7 now for Notre Dame as Tyler Buckner glances over to the side. Probably be his most extensive time here now coming up for the rest of the game since we left Blacksburg. He played a lot of that game at Virginia Tech. And he's just been kind of in the spot duty role in the last few games, spelling Jack Cohn here and there, and now he can really settle in. This is 3rd down and 7. Quarterback draw right up the middle, breaks 1 tackle and goes down to the 8. Tackled low, gains 3. And we'll see if Ryan Kelly and Tommy Reese decide to go for it now. 4th and 4 on the Yellow Jacket 8-yard line.
The polite thing to do is to kick the field goal.
And here they come.
Nah, that said polite, but, you know, not everybody likes to be polite. There's benefits to not being polite sometimes. You definitely don't want to be polite to your next 3 opponents, hopefully, that you get here this college football season.
And so the field goal attempt from the ball placed middle of the field. Jonathan Dorr, 1 for 1 here today as the senior. Playing in his 53rd game, second all-time at Notre Dame, only behind Kurt Heinisch. And this one is from 26 yards away. Snap, hold, kick from the middle of the field is up. And it is good. Jonathan Dorr is 2 for 2 with his field goal attempts today. 6:45 left in the third quarter. Notre Dame's lead of Georgia Tech is now 48-0 here on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
What do you mean we don't have those numbers?
Bruno's sports analytics startup lost its math whiz to the competition.
In order to stay competitive, we have to have this.
Now he needs a new statistician to even the score.
I don't even think these predictions are the most current. I mean, this is.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The Cooper Discoverer Rugged Trek is a tire that checks all the boxes of what you need in a truck tire and throws in everything you want on top of it. Start with must-haves like stone blockades to protect you in rough terrain and whisper groups for quiet freeway driving. Add to that dual sidewalls that let you choose between 2 different designs to show your truck's wild side. And the Cooper Discoverer Rugged Trek is a tire that doesn't force you to choose between what you need from a truck tire and what you want in a truck tire. So go with the truck tire that has it all. Go with the Coopers. Learn more at coopertire.com.
Do you bleed gold and blue? There's a bank for you. Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics. And right now, Credit Union One is giving die-hard fans best-in-class banking benefits with the Fighting Irish debit card. Sign up for your card today at creditunionone.org/Irish and put your money where your heart is. Credit Union One, better banking for all of us. By Members' Choice, this institution is not federally insured.
6:45 left in the third quarter here in South Bend. Notre Dame leads Georgia Tech 48-0. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Notre Dame Radio Network.
This is WNSN South Bend, home of Notre Dame football. Presented by South Bend Orthopedics.
Hey, during that break, we got to look at a true live rock star in the stadium, John Bon Jovi.
Oh, Bon Jovi. I thought you were talking about me. I'm sorry about that.
I knew right where that was going. I get to see you all the time. I did see John on the field before the game and kind of was conversation adjacent.
Did I walk past John Bon Jovi and not realize it?
I was talking to my colleagues, Mike Tirico and Catherine Tappan and Drew Brees, and I just kind of stumbled into it. Acted like I belong there. It was kind of nice.
You do, because you belong here. And cool moment for John Bon Jovi, whose son played it here at Notre Dame. I'd imagine when he's writing his music, he never thought that he'd hear the crowd singing it while he went to his son's alma mater at Notre Dame. Just a cool moment on the field.
Pretty awesome. Big smile on his face, too. Jonathan Dorr's kickoff is low, fielded at the 10, across the 20, around the left side here, and tackled at the 24-yard line. Zende Ray up the middle, then out to the left side for a return of 13 yards. And the Notre Dame defense jogs back on the field, and really now number one motivation, in addition to just finishing the right way and putting up a big number that'll look good to the committee, can this defense play its third consecutive game without giving up a touchdown?
Protect the goose. One of my favorite things to say in football. Not really a football term, but 100% a football term.
Is that yours, or did you hear it somewhere else?
Of course, you and I both have dreams that haunt us of coaches screaming irrational words at us.
So true. First and 10 on the 24. Quick pass out to the right side. Complete to the 30 and hit right away by Ramon Henderson. Kyron McGowan, the former Northwestern receiver, picks up 7 yards. And Ramon Henderson, such an interesting road here to this day here, Ron. We talked about it in the pregame show, but a receiver to corner, then eventually the nickel, was pretty comfortable there, and now without Kyle Hamilton is really finding a home there at that field safety spot. Second down and 3. Yates in the pocket, runs out to his right. He can keep it himself. Does so across the 30, 35, 40, out to the 50. Room down the far sideline. He's got a chance. Cuts back to the middle across the 20 and brought down to the 14-yard line.
A touchdown-saving tackle by Tariq Bracy and Ramon Henderson. That looked like it was going to go the distance. And if Yates had stayed along the right sidelines, that was going to be a touchdown.
Hey, Bo Bauer has played so well the last 2.5 games. Had a chance to get him on the 35, but got juked. And then Yates was off to the races. First down and 10 on the Fighting Irish 15. Here comes the blitz. He drops back, has time, throws to the right, batted away at the 7-yard line. Clarence Lewis with a right hand knocked that ball down. And it's now second down 10.
And Houston Griffith almost came up with an interception after that. The first time Yates has been able to pass with a clean pocket. They're going hurry up, and they caught the defense right there, just hesitating a little bit.
And now Georgia Tech huddles up. Yates looks to the sideline, gets the call, now looks down to his left wrist, to his wristband, and reads a play to his 10 teammates. They all break the huddle and jog up. Second and 10 now from the Notre Dame 15. 5:33 left in the third, with Notre Dame leading Georgia Tech 48-0. Yates stands in the shotgun on the far hash, takes the snap, hands off up the middle, up to the 10-yard line, and tackled just as he got there. 4-yard gain. That is Jordan Mason, the junior, eventually brought down by Bo Bauer. Graduate student from Harbor Creek, Pennsylvania, coming off a career best, leading the team in tackles last week in Charlottesville. Right back on the ball now is Georgia Tech on 3rd and 6 on the 11-yard line. Yates claps for the ball, takes the snap, rolls out to his left. Foskey's on him and drops him. Ball's out, scooped up at the 30, 35, 40. It's a sprint to the end zone. Across the 40, 30. Myron Tonga-Viloa Mosa. Yes, he will. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Senior day. Big man touchdown. Defensive touchdown. Myron Tonga-Viloa Amosa celebrating in the end zone after a 70-yard scoop and score.
I'm not crying, you're crying. A fantastic play. Yates tried to boot to the left, but Isaiah Foskey was ready, and he knocked the ball out as Yates was trying to throw it away.
On the field, and the fumble recovered by the defense is under further review.
I would be shocked if they change this. Myron Tonga-Viloa Mosa picks it up and then gets pursued, gives a stiff arm, creates separation, stumbles, almost goes down, nope, back up, and he gets across the goal line. This couldn't have happened to a more deserving player on this Notre Dame defense. Fantastic play, Isaiah Foskey to Myron Tonga-Viloa Amosa, and that's what you call finish.
Grad students from Hawaii to South Bend. Isaiah Foskey knocked the ball away from Jordan Yates as he was pushing him down. As Isaiah was pushing him down, he got a right hand on the ball just as Yates was trying to throw.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed.
Wow, what a play for Myron Tonga-Viloa Amosa on senior day.
Just perfect for the defensive end, Myron Tonga-Viloa Amosa. He looked good running out there in space.
I tell you what, hey, throw him out wide, coach, throw him out wide. Also fun to see every single player, both dressed and not dressed, just celebrating him and what he's done for this team, fighting back from back-to-back injuries. Myron Tonga-Viloa Amosa, congratulations.
4:50 left in the third quarter. Jonathan Doerr's extra point is up, and it is good. Notre Dame leads Georgia Tech 55-0.
Can we get to 80? Can we? Is that too much to ask? Am I being greedy? It's Thanksgiving, so I'm in that week, you know what I mean? I'm kind of in that Thanksgiving week mode. More.
You should be thankful for the 55-point lead.
Correct. That's the better way to look at it.
Fighting Irish lead the Yellow Jackets 55-0. 4:50 left in the third quarter here in South Bend. This is the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Panera believes in saying yes. Yes to clean, fresh ingredients. Yes to the new chicken sausage and pepperoni flatbread topped with rich mozzarella. Yes to delicious mac and cheese. Yes to putting it on a sandwich, creating the grilled mac and cheese sandwich. And yes to impromptu road trips to Sandwich, Illinois. Because that's living life to the flavor fullest. Get $1 delivery when you order on our app. Panera. Live your yes. Pricing and product availability may vary. Visit PaneraBread.com.
Find more ways to Black Friday even earlier at Lowe's. Save $140 on our special Buy GE Colorado Pine Pre-Lit Tree, just $158 compared to $298. Plus, Christmas lights everyday low price starting at $298. Black Friday deals live online Thanksgiving Day. Stores open 6 a.m. Black Friday. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. While supplies last, tree discount taken at time of purchase, valid through 11/24, U.S. only.
The Cooper Discoverer Rugged Trek is a truck tire made with the understanding that driving a truck is supposed to be fun. Like any Cooper tire, the Rugged Trek is designed to do everything you need it to do. It's got stone blockades to protect your tires off-road and whisper grooves for smooth, quiet street driving. But with its in-your-face design, including dual sidewalls that let you choose between two aggressive looks, the Cooper Discoverer Rugged Trek is also a tire that shows off your truck's wild side. Learn more at coopertire.com. Go with the Coopers.
Myron Tonga-Viloa, Amosa, 70-yard scoop and score. The second defensive touchdown today for the Fighting Irish. Jack Kaiser with the pick six in the first quarter. It's now Notre Dame 55 and Georgia Tech nothing. 4:50 left in the third quarter. Last fumble return for a touchdown, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, the current Cleveland Brown, 23 yards out, going the same direction early in the game against Clemson last year, a key play.
He intercepted the pitch, if I remember correctly. That was nuts. But big, awesome play for Myron Tonga-Viloa Amosa, a player I've gotten to know while he's been here. He's asked me questions about how to get better at D-line, but also a player who lost his father before the start of the season. So maybe Mr. Tonga-Viloa Amosa making that play happen for his son there from up above.
Awesome stuff there, Ryan. Good point to work in. Also thinking about Kurt Heinisch, his father undergoing chemotherapy and in between treatments, still making it to all the games with a long drive here from Pittsburgh, also a senior.
Parents' love for their children, nothing better in the world.
I got to say, Ryan gets excited for every single touchdown, but when it's a big man about to score, his enthusiasm almost takes him out of the booth.
Hey, you should have heard me when the Miami Dolphins player took the illegal touch pass.
That's right. The kickoff return out to the 30, middle of the field by Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's brought down after a 24-yard return. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, that Robert Hunt in the Thursday night game, Miami versus Baltimore. No business touching the football, but still goes to the end zone. I was hooting and hollering, woke up my kids. Wife wasn't happy.
I'm sure that rarely happens at your house, Ryan, right?
Anytime 300 pounds crosses the goal line with the football, that's a celebration worldwide.
Yeah.
It's in the laws. It's in the Constitution. The Geneva Convention. Look it up.
And again, he had the ball tucked. He broke a tackle. Very well done by big number 95. First down and 10, Georgia Tech on their own 30. Yates keeps it himself after faking the ball up the middle, ran around the right side for 2. Drew White with the tackle. Clock ticking now, 4:33 and counting left in the third.
And if you're Georgia Tech, you got to be just hoping the clock goes at double time right now. It's 4:30 left in the third quarter, and you're down 55 points. Wow.
Big score for Notre Dame's purposes earlier in this day. Ohio State beating number 7 Michigan State 56-7. Notre Dame ranked number 8 right now in the college football playoffs, so they'll look to move up and take that spot. At least moving up one. We shall see. Second down 8. Run play up the middle, then bounced out to the left, makes it out to the 34-yard line, middle of the field. Dante Smith picks up 2. Nana Osafa-Mensah, defensive end with the stop. Notre Dame runs out 5 players, and 5 fresh ones run in on 3rd down and 6.
Fun to see some younger players getting on and getting into the game. Nana Osafa-Mensah is a young player who's also going to play in big for Notre Dame defensively moving forward.
Yellow Jackets only 1 out of 10 converting on 3rd down. This is 3rd down and 6 on their own 34-yard line. From the middle of the field, Yates takes the shotgun snap, looks to his right, throws to his right, complete 45, and pushed out of bounds. The out route lofted to the far side of the field and caught by Malachi Carter. Pushed out of bounds by Isaiah Pryor, gain of 12. 1st and 10, Georgia Tech now on their own 46.
I hand it to Jordan Yates. I mean, he's just playing his tail off, down 55 points, but you couldn't tell with his effort and still making good decisions.
On the ball now on the far hash. Still in the shotgun is Jordan Yates, 12 out of 24 for 97 yards today. Takes the snap, looks left, fires quickly to his left, way behind his intended receiver at the 50-yard line to bring up 2nd down 10. Ryan, a little bit more about senior day here. This group of the 4-year seniors, 42-6 since 2018, which is also since we started together.
All right.
In 2018, they have a 12-win season, 11-win season, a 10-win season. They're about to go 10-1 this year. Final game of the regular season coming up at Stanford, but they're on their way to becoming the senior class with the most victories in a 4-year span. Last year's class had 43, and they will tie them at the end of this game here today.
Wow.
2nd down 10 for Yates. Going to run it up the middle. Now bounces out to the left side to the 50. Hit at the 46-yard line and goes down. Cam Hart, the corner, comes up to get him. 8-yard gain. Houston Griffith there as well. And it's now 3rd down and 2.
Well, this senior class has perseverance is the word that comes to mind for me. You had so many injuries this year, last year. I mean, you're down, Kevin. You're not down Kevin Austin. Sorry, Avery Davis this year. You're down Joe Wilkins. What happens? Lorenzo Styles and Deion Colsey step up. You're down defensively last year, and what do you get? Bo Bauer stepping up and things like that. So this is a resilient group that's seen a lot of football and won a ton of football games.
3rd down and 2 now from the Notre Dame 46. They run it right up the middle, across the 45. This will be a first out to the 41-yard line. And that's a good hard run by Jordan Mason. Picks up 6 before Isaiah Pryor brought him down. And if you're with us before the game, we came on the air talking about Senior Day and the Fighting Irish honoring 40 seniors. And it's a bit of a confusing Senior Day because of that COVID year. A lot of these kids will be offered, or they are offered that extra season, and many will take it. So many honored today will be back here playing next year. 1st down and 10 on the Notre Dame 40-yard line. Yates lofts one down the far sideline, falls incomplete at the 10. 3rd down and 10 coming up.
Well, an opportunity for Prince Colley to get an interception there. He dropped perfectly back in the zone underneath there and just didn't come up with the football. But excellent to see young players get in and know what to do, be in the right position to make a play.
Thinking of Notre Dame senior classes, also got to mention the 87-90 seniors, also the 89-92. They had 41 wins, and that was usually about a game less back then.
Yeah.
So these current senior classes are setting some records. You got to recognize what they did here in the late 80s and early 90s as well. 2nd down 10 now from the 40-yard line. Back to the ground, right up the middle, across the 40 and out to the 38-yard line, gain of 2. That'll bring up 3rd down and 8, 1:20 and counting left in the 3rd quarter. Jacob Lacey mentioned his name for the first time as he jogs off the field. Nickel package comes on for the Fighting Irish on 3rd and 8. Georgia Tech was 1 out of 10 on 3rd downs entering the drive. They're 2 for 2 on this drive, and this is 3rd down and 8. Ball placed middle of the field. Notre Dame showing blitz. Early movement, flags come up, and 3rd and 8 will turn into 3rd down and 13.
And frustration.
Number 79, offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
It's his 2nd penalty on Lay the 3rd today. But just an amazing thing to hear the crowd, even with a 55-point lead in the stands, making noise. Love it.
70,000 plus, final home game of the season here for Notre Dame. Fighting Irish coming in on a 5-game win streak and leading 55-0 inside of a minute left in this 3rd quarter. Ninth play of the drive, longest drive today for the Yellow Jackets. Yates drops back, in trouble, trying to escape trouble and can't do it. Sacked at the 43-yard line by Howard Cross.
Howard Cross just coming through the line, basically at the snap of the football. Yates turned back out of the pocket, usually not what you want to do, but he's trying to make a play, can't do it because of the pursuit by Howard Cross.
Loss of 13 yards, and as I've watched this defensive line develop here throughout the season, Ryan, go back to a conversation I had with D coordinator Marcus Freeman before the spring game. He said, I'd like to develop 8 guys in there.
Yeah.
8 we can rotate in and play well. His wish has come true this year.
Yeah, they might have 12. You know, the young Aiden Kiana Aina getting into, and they've got some players, and Riley Mills, a stout defensive lineman as well. You got about 12, Coach.
Punt lands on the 8-yard line, flung back as it went into the end zone, and it did go into the end zone as Georgia Tech tried to bat it back out into the field of play. 56-yard punt, no return.
That's the end of the third quarter.
And with an assist from referee Stuart Mullins, that was it for 3 quarters here in South Bend on Senior Day. We head to the 4th with Notre Dame leading Georgia Tech 55-0. We're back after this message on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Shantae, can you sweep that, please?
Mina's salon business is growing faster than she can keep up with. She needs a new shop manager before her bookings go out of style.
Curtain bangs and balayage would look so good on you. Just hang on one second. Can you please answer that?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
And now it's Geico's Motorcycle Rules of the Road. Before you ride, make sure your mirrors are clean and adjusted properly. And if you're going on a group ride, make sure the lead biker knows where they're going.
Ed, quick question. Where are you taking us?
Oh, I have no idea. What, am I the leader? Because I was following that dude with the red helmet. Where is he?
And the rule to saving on motorcycle insurance is, in 15 minutes, Geico could save you 15% or more.
Tourism Ireland and Notre Dame Athletics have teamed up to bring you the best of Ireland. Enter for the chance to win a trip to Ireland for 2. The grand prize includes 2 round-trip economy airline tickets from the winner's nearest Ireland gateway in the USA, 6 nights accommodation, including a night in a castle, and a 7-day car rental. Discover all the stunning castles, dramatic coastlines, friendly locals, and charming cobbled streets. The best of Ireland awaits. Visit UND.com/thebestofIreland and enter for the chance to win. Tourism Ireland, official partner of Notre Dame Athletics. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details. 3 quarters in the books, and Notre Dame has a commanding 55-0 lead. Tony Simeone with you here in the studio. It was the defense that got the big play for the most recent score.
Yates claps for the ball, takes the snap, rolls out to his left. Foskey's on him and drops him. Ball's out, scooped up at the 30, 35, 40. It's a sprint to the end zone, across the 40, 30. Myron Tonga-Viloa. Yes, he will. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Senior Day, big man touchdown, defensive touchdown. Myron Tonga-Viloa celebrating in the end zone after a 70-yard scoop and score.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
We're all crying 55-0 as we get set for the 4th quarter. Back to Paul and Ryan in the booth.
Tony, thank you very much, and I am smiling here. Listen to Ryan's call there, his excitement. And he enthusiastically now sprints down the stairs. He temporarily left me there. Big Ryan, good to see you again.
Come on, let's go.
Notre Dame's offense back on the field. Tyler Buckner rolls out to the right, complete to the 20-yard line, across the 25, far sideline down to the 30-yard line. Kevin Bauman, the tight end, his first catch of the season, goes for 10 yards.
I really like that Tyler Buckner's getting repeated opportunities to start drives, finish drives. That matters for every player, especially at quarterback. You want to get used to that initial play call and starting to drive off on the right foot.
First down and 10 now, 30-yard line. Tyler Buckner, his second drive now. First and 10 from the 30, walks up to the line of scrimmage, shouts instructions, walks back, now says them to Chris Tyree right next to him. Tyler drops back, wants to throw, in trouble. Ball comes out as he went down. The ball is down to the 20-yard line. A scrum for it. Buckner was in trouble.
Really on the field was a fumble recovered by the offense. Second down.
Fighting Irish recovered. You just heard the referee there, Stuart Mullins, let us know that's a loss of 10 yards. Kevin Harris, defensive tackle, and Sylvain Youngjuan, defensive end, all over Buckner as he wanted to get rid of that football.
Big play by Chris Tyree, jumping on the ball. And there, Tyler Buckner, I mean, awareness is a tough thing to learn as a quarterback, but going out of the back of the pocket's a bad idea anytime, and that's what Tyler Buckner did, and he found that out the hard way.
2nd and 20. Buckner, quarterback draw, waiting, now sprinting across the 25 and makes it out to the 28-yard line, tackled on the near hash, gain of 8. Patient quarterback draw there from Buckner, gets a little bit back, and now faces 3rd down 11.
Well, and Buckner setting up Chris Tyree on the block, and just an athletic quarterback, Tyler Buckner, weaving through the defense along the left hash there.
Buckner did not play at all in the first half. Came in the 3rd quarter after Jack Cohn with a terrific outing. Jack was 15 out of 20. 285, 2 touchdowns, and no picks. Now Buckner with 3rd down and 12 on his own 28-yard line. Notre Dame leading Georgia Tech 55-0. Buckner takes the snap and drops back. Stands on the near hash, fires high and incomplete at the 45-yard line. Matt Salerno ran a deep curl route, and Tyler threw it high and behind him. It's now 4th down and 12.
Fun to see Matt Salerno in there, but Tyler Buckner making the correct read, just a little late on the throw. You got to hit those deep curls right when they get out of the break. Otherwise, they have to move or they attract attention from the defense.
Buckner has 2 completions for 21 yards. Also has a long run of 68 yards. That came in the 3rd quarter to set up what led to a Jonathan Dorr field goal. Jay Bramlett on to punt for only the 2nd time here today. Standing on his own 18-yard line on the near hash. Steps up to the 22, punts it away high and short. Lands on the 40-yard line and takes a right turn right out of bounds. Not the best effort there from Jay.
Jay Bramlett's punt out of bounds.
And we'll see where they mark the ball after Bramlett with a punt of 32 yards and no return. 12:38 left in this game here in South Bend. Notre Dame all over Georgia Tech, leading 55-0 on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Toast to Notre Dame football by raising a pint of Guinness. Now a proud partner and official beer of Fighting Irish alumni and fans. Even during these unprecedented times, we're reminded that football, just like a pint of Guinness, is about building the bonds between us all. So here's to the Irish faithful, whether you're Irish by blood or in spirit. Guinness, official beer of Notre Dame Fighting Irish alumni and fans. Please drink responsibly. Diageo Beer Company, New York, New York.
This holiday season, keep auto value in mind when shopping for holiday gifts. For big gifts and little stocking stuffers, shop first at your local Auto Value Auto Parts store. This month, ATD 3-piece plier sets are just $28.95, and a 12-in-1 multi-tool is just $9.95, while the Wilmar Cobb Work Light is only $7.95 this month. For stocking stuffers galore, visit your conveniently located and locally owned Auto Value Auto Parts store, where service is the difference. We get it.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and navage? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart, or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Navage, Navage.
Notre Dame's ground game came in on a roll in the 5-game win streak, averaging 208 rushing yards per game. They are much better than that today. 306 yards on the ground. Best since that 353-yard effort to open the season in Tallahassee.
Well, and Kyron Williams was on the 1,000-yard watch earlier in the game, but I like that coach took him out to kind of protect his health. He's important to this team.
Georgia Tech with the ball. Yates back to pass. He's in trouble, and he's sacked. Sacked again at the 34-yard line of the Yellow Jackets. Alexander Ahrensberger, 6'7", 255 sophomore out of Dusseldorf, Germany, in to make the play.
And that was a coverage sack, and it happened because of one man, Jordan Botello, perfectly dropping back to his right on defense at that linebacker position, then following Jordan Yates' eyes as he wanted to throw to his tight end who was coming across the middle but couldn't because Botello was there. Excellent coverage by the defense.
Inside of 12 minutes now left in the game. 2nd and 16 for Georgia Tech. Yates hands off inside across the 35-40 and some room out to the 45 to the 50-yard line, and tackled at the 49 of the Fighting Irish goes Jahmyr Gibbs. 17-yard gain, tackled by Clarence Lewis. That was a big gain, but Gibbs coming in as number 2 in the nation. All-purpose yards at 168 a game has really been held in check today. That's about as big a play as he's produced.
Yeah, and a touchdown-saving tackle by Clarence Lewis, because there was no one that was going to catch Gibbs if he didn't. And Lewis playing his wide receiver and then darting off at the last second to bring down Gibbs.
Yates claps for the ball now. Hands off inside across the 50 into the 47-yard line. Gain of 2 goes Gibbs once again. And the tackle made by Prince Colley, Mr. Football in the state of Tennessee last year, one of the many young players making big-time contributions here to this defense. 7 tackles in the last 2 games, backing up J.T. Bertrand, getting a lot of experience here in the second half.
Well, you need experience at the linebacker position. You need to know how to fit tackles, how the play actually plays out against different formations. Those are the things that are valuable for Prince Colley.
2nd and 9 now for Georgia Tech. Yates drops back, now going to keep it himself across the 40. Still on his feet, dives middle of the field across the 45. Gets down to the 44, gain of 3, Jordan Botello. Defensive end makes the stop to bring up 3rd down and 5. Here comes the nickel package in for Notre Dame. 5 players jog out and 5 new ones come in. They'll have 5 defensive backs on the field. Jordan Yates only 13 out of 27. He's not hit 100 yards passing yet, only with 97. See if he can get him here on 3rd and 5. Ball placed in the middle of the field. He's lined up in the shotgun. 2 wideouts to his left and a pair to his right. Drops back, stands in the pocket, in trouble, and down he goes again.
Incredible.
Pressure got to him one more time. Howard Cross, defensive tackle. Sack for a loss of 2.
Incredible. There's 2 sacks on this drive alone. The defensive line for Notre Dame might be the deepest position of skill, and they proved it right there.
3rd down has been a nightmare for Georgia Tech today, and the rest of the game has been as well, but they've converted just 3 out of 14 times. The number of them have been 3rd in that kind of manageable kind of situation. They just haven't found a way to get it. And Notre Dame with 6 sacks on the game. Georgia Tech's punt is away. Matt Salerno catches it at the 15, goes to his left and picks up 3 on a return. Tackled on the near hash.
Salerno's going to try and take that one to the house.
He's like, I'm not going with the fair catch here.
Everybody else is going to fair catch that ball, but not Matt Salerno on that one on senior day.
He's seen 2 defensive scores. He's like, why not a special teams touchdown as well? We'll take a break here. 9:19 left in the game in South Bend. Notre Dame all over Georgia Tech, leading 55-0. You're listening to Fighting Irish Football.
Mishawaka Barnaby's at the corner of Grape and Edison, and Barnaby's of Granger at the intersection of Capitol and Cleveland invites you in for the perfect pizza. A pizza from Barnaby's of Mishawaka and Granger has the perfect combination of sauce and fresh ingredients smothered in mozzarella on their one-of-a-kind crust. Come experience Barnaby's for yourself. Order a carryout or dine in with your family. Happy Thanksgiving from Mike Lane and his staff. They want to thank you for your continued support. It's Barnaby's of Mishawaka and Granger, and opening soon is Barnaby's of Twin Branch.
Make the holidays happier for the four-legged friends at Pet Refuge by attending their annual Christmas Bazaar, Saturday, December 4th from 9 until 2 at Pet Refuge. Tour the shelter and do your shopping by visiting the many craft vendors. There'll be lots of eats and treats for you and your pet, plus pictures with Santa, a bake sale, raffles, and best of all, adoption opportunities for dogs and cats. Don't miss Pet Refuge's Christmas Bazaar, Saturday, December 4th from 9 till 2 at Pet Refuge, 4626 Burnett Drive in South Bend.
Message to Amy Spin Class. Happy 3rd, 29th birthday, Amy! Exclamation point. Ha ha. Balloon emoji. Balloon emoji. Balloon emoji.
You're good at voice to text.
Pizza emoji.
we're good at your insurance. Find an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent online, over the phone, or in person. And stop knocking on wood.
Notre Dame football on Sunny 101.5.
Senior day here in South Bend, 9:19 left in the game. Notre Dame dominating Georgia Tech 55-0. Other scores of interest around the country, keeping in mind that Notre Dame at 9-1 came in ranked 8th in the most recent college football playoff rankings. Just ahead of them, Michigan State ranked number 7. But not for long. They lose to Ohio State 56-7 today in Columbus. Right now, halftime in the SEC. Number 2 Alabama leads number 21 Arkansas 24-14. Number 6 Michigan also at halftime in control with a comfortable cushion over Maryland, leading 24-3.
How about Mel Tucker getting a $95 million deal this week?
Hexed him.
Woo. Hey, good to get it in before you lose that game. Tell you what.
Notre Dame offense back on the field into the ground game right away around the left side. Pushed out of bounds as he crossed the 25 when Chris Tyree. Penalty markers came out just as Chris went out of bounds.
I disagree with this penalty. Mitchell Evans absolutely pancaked his defender. Do not know how they called holding on that one. Wow.
Holding for 88. Offense. 10-yard penalty. First down.
If they said giving him the business, that would have been a better penalty, but he absolutely destroyed his defender.
I love the fact that you've never had a penalty, an offensive holding call that you liked or agreed with.
2 weeks ago,
awesome.
2 weeks ago, I said, I understand. That was as close as you're going to get, all right? I mean, I'm hardwired here, baby. There's no upgrades to this system.
You're not changing now?
No. The beta test is over. This is what you got. Sega Saturn style. Let's go.
Tyler Buckner, the quarterback. He's been the quarterback most of the way in the second half for Notre Dame. Hands off up the middle to Chris Tyree. Trying to break a tackle up the middle. Hard running out to the 17. That was all him. Met contact at the line of scrimmage up the middle and fought his way out for a gain of 6.
Fun to see Chris Tyree out there working. He had a turf toe injury. That's a brutal injury for a speedster like Chris Tyree. That never really heals, and he took a couple of weeks off and got rested. So he's going to benefit once they wrap up the season at Stanford from getting some rest.
The Kyron Williams came into this game with 872 rushing yards. The count to 1,000. Picked up 56. So he's now less than 100 needed for the 1,000. Under pressure, Tyler Buckner flings the ball away, just got it off before he was sacked. Had Chris Tyree breaking to his right, but had no time to set up and throw. Jordan Dominic, the defensive end, was on him right away.
They got to figure out a way offensively. This happened against Jack Cohn, too. When you're getting that zero blitz, you have to be able to have your quarterback know where he's going with the football. And that's twice now today that Notre Dame quarterbacks have faced the zero pressure and not had a receiver break off their route to get open against the blitz.
3rd down, 11 now. By the way, Kyron Williams, 928 for the year as he heads to Stanford. Next week, looking for the 1,000. And that ball was knocked down as Tyler Buckner tried to fire to his right, and as soon as it left his hand, Jordan Dominic, who was all over him on the last play, knocked the ball down. 4th down, 11 from their own 17. Punt team comes on for Notre Dame.
And Dominic beating Quinn Carroll, who's coming at right tackle. Quinn Carroll just lunging a little bit as Dominic spun to the outside. That's a devastating move. The inside step and the outside spin against an offensive lineman. Whew, tough.
Jay Bramlett has had a quiet afternoon. His 3rd punt's coming up now. He stands on the near hash on his own 2-yard line. There's the snap, hits him chest high, steps into it. Low end over end punt. Bounces on the 50. And the ball is recovered. It's dove on by Georgia Tech. Hard to tell if they touched it or if one of the Fighting Irish players touched it. 35-yard punt. Georgia Tech fell on it. And with 7:56 left in the game, Notre Dame leads Georgia Tech 55-0.
During the kick, holding. Number 17, receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down, timeout.
Well, fun to get a penalty there for Notre Dame's defense. Gives them a little more breathing room to start this drive.
7:56 left in the game. Fighting Irish leading the Yellow Jackets 55-0 here on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, the new Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan. So make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Do you bleed gold and blue? There's a bank for you. Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics. And right now, Credit Union One is giving die-hard fans best-in-class banking benefits with the Fighting Irish debit card. Sign up for your card today at creditunionone.org/Irish and put your money where your heart is. Credit Union One, better banking for all of us. By Members' Choice, this institution is not federally insured.
Staying healthy isn't easy, especially during the holidays. Watching your diet, staying active, managing stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it couldn't be easier. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed senses your movements and effortlessly adjusts to both of you. The result? You wake up ready for anything. Bring proven quality sleep home for the holidays. Don't miss our weekend special. Save 50% on the new Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed, plus free premium delivery when you add a base. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
Welcome back to South Bend. Paul Burmeister, Ryan Harris in the booth.
Some technical difficulties there.
It can happen.
I think the scoreboard score is short-wiring the circuits, short-circuiting the wires.
Hey, speaking of the scores, are you ready to hear all the touchdowns for Notre Dame?
Let's go.
Okay. Freshman running back Logan Diggs, he has 2 touchdowns.
Pumpkin pie.
Veteran running back Kyron Williams, he has 2 touchdowns.
Cherry pie and sweet potato pie.
Michael Mayer, touchdown reception.
Boston cream pie.
Jack Kaiser with a 43-yard interception return.
Minnesota rhubarb pie.
And finally, Myron Tonga-Viloa, a Moses 70-yard fumble return for a score.
Now that's a lemon meringue pie right there.
That's a lot of sweets.
That's a lot of sweetness right there from your Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
You were ready to go deeper, too.
Oh, I got a Rolodex of pies. That's for sure. Experience, knowledge from, not knowledge of.
Georgia Tech back on the ball. Still yet to score. 1st and 10 on their own 38. To the ground game. Going nowhere and ripped down to the backfield. At the 36-yard line, Bo Bauer tackles Dante Smith for a loss of 3. Drew White couldn't play last week because of an illness, and Bo Bauer had his best game. And what a luxury for Marcus Freeman to have a backup who plays a lot. It's difficult to label him a backup, but to have someone who doesn't start come in and play so well, you can depend on so much.
Well, and you love that the coaches are willing to let guys get reps like that. You know, starts 2 or 3. Prince Colley's the same way, but you need experience because injuries are a part of the game.
2nd down 14 on their own 35. Yates claps for the ball. Run up the middle. A little bit of space, but then brought down middle of the field to the 40-yard line after a gain of 5. Tackle made by Prince Colley. Dante Smith, who's been getting a lot of the carries here in this second half. Notre Dame's defense has done such a good job on Jahmyr Gibbs. Easily the best player for Georgia Tech, their top rusher, their top receiver. Ryan Kelly saying during the week he's played well enough to be in the conversation for ACC Player of the Year. Only 12 carries for 58 yards. And no catches. This is 3rd down and 9 for the Yellow Jackets. Ball placed on their own 40. Yates drops back, in trouble, backpedaling, complete, and caught, but ripped down right away at the 38-yard line by who else? Bo Bauer from his middle linebacker spot came up and drifted to the right to keep that to a gain or to a loss of 1.
What a play by Bo Bauer. When you see screen action, linebackers, they have to drop to their pass responsibilities, but Bo Bauer also accelerated before the ball was released, diagnosed the play, made the tackle. Fantastic play by Bo Bauer.
I've said this before here today, Ryan, I think. Punt team onto the field for Georgia Tech.
Punt team for Georgia Tech. 5 minutes ago?
They have been maybe less.
Yeah, staunch defensive effort, and the goose egg is protected yet again.
Yes, it is. 55 zip. Shanahan's punt lands on the 18-yard line and is down right after it hits.
Now, if you're Tyler Buckner, you want to engineer a scoring drive right here. You want to leave this game feeling good about what you did, the opportunities you had, and being able to set a rhythm for your offense.
Hey, speaking of a lot of punts by the opposition, Yellow Jackets' 9th punt just happened. The most punts since the Irish forced Boston College to punt 11 times all the way back in 2011.
And pad these stats because this is senior night. You remember this game more than probably any other game in your entire life. It's not just about how you win, but what you did. And on senior night, you realize these are some of the best relationships you're going to have. You grew up with these guys who you are playing with, and you're going to leave this university with.
So true. End around now to the right side and cut down at the 12-yard line as Tyler Buckner handed off to Matt Salerno. He was lined up as a wideout to the left. Tyler Buckner came around in a sweeping motion, tried to get out to the far sideline, but is thrown for a loss of 4.
And Jack Cohn, the senior graduate transfer, getting to watch the entire second half because he was so dominant. 45 points in that first half. Just a fantastic performance. And now if you're Tyler Buckner, you got to start engineering things and feel comfortable and just send that confidence into the rest of your offense.
Audric Estime, the tailback to the right of Buckner. He takes the handoff up the middle and barrels his way to a big gain, tackled on the 35.
Audric Estime he looks like a 30-year-old man right now. His biceps are bigger than yours and mine put together, Paul. I told him when we were down at Florida State, can't wait to see you play, young man. And Coach Kelly told us at the beginning of the year, him and Diggs are some of the most exciting running backs we're going to see coming up for Notre Dame.
I believe he was the New York State Player of the Year out of Nyack, New York last year. And you said it, like you stand next to Audric Estime, 21-yard gain for the freshman. You feel like you're standing next to a veteran middle linebacker.
Check his birth certificate, man. There's no way he's a freshman. It's unbelievable how kids are coming out prepared to play now.
1st and 10 now on their own 34. Estime with it again, bounces out to the left side, 35, 40, 45, and runs out of bounds on the near sideline.
To give you an example, one coach just tried to stop Estime right there on the sideline for Georgia Tech. That coach went back 7 yards, out of bounds.
Notre Dame now approaching 500 yards of total offense. They're up over 480 after that 13-yard run. Clock ticking now, just inside of 4 minutes left. 8th-ranked Notre Dame, 9-1. Oh, so close to being 10-1 with 6 consecutive victories. Leading Georgia Tech right now 55-0. Excellent chance of going 3 games in a row without giving up a touchdown.
And crowds waiting for maybe a Rudy moment coming up.
Ball handed off inside.
I think we just got it, Paul.
To Leo Albano. That's the Rudy moment you're talking about.
Leo. You know, the fans are still in the stands. It's fun to see. All the student sections, too. You talk a lot about the players on senior night, but there are students who are saying, this is my last home game as a student here at Notre Dame. So everybody just staying in the stands, trying to take in as much as they can.
Funny you mention a Rudy moment because it was a Georgia Tech game.
Yeah.
That was the Rudy game.
Yes.
Notre Dame won that one back in 1975, 24-3. And Rudy came up with a big play there in the final seconds.
What a great movie. Not an accurate
Speaking
story.
of crying.
Yeah, crying all the time.
2nd down 9, Estime up the middle, big hole, sidesteps a tackler and makes it out to the 42-yard line. Audric Estime says, I kind of like this playing time kind of thing.
Yeah.
Picks up 10.
I was just going to say, Audric Estime saying, hey, coach, how about I get a couple carries? I mean, he is so big, but he's got elusive speed. It's kind of a mixture of Ryan Grant and then you get Reggie Brooks in there, too, just a shifty back with long strides and just a monster of a man.
Notre Dame's ground game continuing to dominate as they approach 500 yards of total offense. They have 489. Audric Estime, 3 carries, 45 yards. Fellow true freshman running back Logan Diggs with 2 touchdowns today. 1st and 10, handoff inside. Estime across the 40, leaps a defender, but is wrapped up as he was in the air and brought down at the 34-yard line. Miles Sims caught him in the air and kind of laid him down after an 8-yard gain.
I like the effort by Estime there, though. He's going to run inside. He's going to run outside. He's going to just try and get everything he can for the Instagram reel later on tonight. But Estime really has fantastic vision and doing something only veteran backs do. He was supposed to run to the left with the ball in his left hand, ran to the right, and switched the ball into his right hand. I mean, that's something that elite backs do to make sure that the ball is towards the sidelines in case there's a fumble. So he's playing heads up and at a high level right now.
And that's over 500 yards of total offense now for the Fighting Irish.
And to give you an idea, some teams might not have a single game like that this year.
Audric Estime up the middle, then out to the right side.
Cole Capon in at quarterback. So another Rudy moment. Rudy moment 1, Rudy moment 2. Cole Capon, senior out of Yorba Linda, California. Used to live in Cali. Where is Yorba Linda? Sounds like a planet in the exoskeleton realm.
Down there in the southern portion there, the Southland.
Is that a guess?
It was not in the Los Angeles. Wasn't near the LA I was in.
All right, close.
A lot of different towns out there.
Yorba Linda. All right.
Yorba Linda. There it is. Inside of 1 minute now. Estime continues to fight for yardage across the 25-yard line. He is a load.
He took 6 Georgia Tech defenders on a 4-yard ride on his back. He's a freshman.
And that is going to be it. 8-yard gain there for Estime.
Cole Capon celebrating like he won the game himself.
This year at Notre Dame Stadium.
And that's going to do it for Senior Day here in South Bend. Notre Dame has won 15 consecutive games in November. And this season they moved to 10-1 with a 55-0 win over Georgia Tech.
Just in a dominant performance, you needed this. And this is something that's going to get the College Football Playoff Committee to say, oh, 55 points, that's the Notre Dame we expect. So maybe they jump up a little bit. And this is also a moment on Senior Day. You're thinking, oh, man, this is the last time I'm going to get to congratulate the other team on the home field. And you just look up in the stands, you see your schoolmates, your teammates. And this is a very, very emotional moment for the seniors on this Notre Dame football team. Your last home game, something you'll remember for the rest of your life.
And another victorious moment here at home, Ryan. This group of four-year seniors, they're now 43-6 since 2018. And those 43 wins, tying a record for most for a senior class that was set by last year's senior class. And with a win next weekend at Stanford, they move into a class of their own.
All right, 55 points. You already know my favorite touchdown, but Paul Burmeister, what was yours today?
Let's see, favorite touchdown here. I think all things considered, they were all good.
Yes.
The Myron Tonga-Viloa almost a scoop and score because he looked so good running in the open field and because you were so excited. I think that pushed it over the edge.
It was an amazing moment and couldn't have happened to a better player, a better person. Myron Tonga-Viloa, just the epitome of perseverance and the epitome of this senior class.
And every year presents things that I get to say that I'm like, I didn't predict I'd be able to say this at this point of the season.
Yeah.
3 consecutive games, the opposing team has not scored a touchdown.
Incredible job by the defense, and that was really a depth defense. Congratulations too. Second stringers getting in and things of that nature. So, just an amazing job by Marcus Freeman, defensive coordinator, getting everybody ready to play. And I know it's our last home game this season too. So, give a shout out to Bill Carambellis, aka the Rock Star. Thomas Hecker, the best stats man in America, a.k.a. Heck. And then we got Double D, a.k.a. Wounded Duck, Dave Dare, the spotter. And Paul, as always, fun to join the world-class talent you are in this booth, my brother.
It truly is fun every time, isn't it?
Yeah. And we got to say Wounded Duck on air.
Plenty of times off the air.
He's got a bad wheel. Playing hurt.
I mean, it's that time of the season.
Hurt. It is. And the seniors now arm in arm as they sing the alma mater for the last time on the home field.
And they'll also get to see their parents on the field after the alma mater. 55-0 win. Brian Kelly just finished up his interview with Catherine Tappan of NBC. He is now arm in arm down there with the group near the end zone. Always one of your favorite moments of the week, Ryan. I know it is.
I love the alma mater. I love it at home, especially to see all the fans arm in arm. I mean, I've never sat in the stands, never seen a game from the stands, but, to see, strangers, especially after COVID, so strangers arm in arm, rocking back and forth, family here to celebrate. It's an amazing time. And fans listening, there are a lot more blubbering tears than you would imagine in that line right now with those seniors. It's an emotional moment. And hopefully the seniors take a lap around the stadium like Brady Quinn led me and the rest of our senior class, our senior game against Navy.
A little sad every time that it's the end. Thankfully, there's a game next week.
Yeah. Yep.
And then at least one more after that. We'll see.
Yep. Game in San Francisco. Because of the holiday, though, don't think I'll be able to get in early enough for a surf session on Friday, Paul. A little disappointing.
As long as you're there for dinner, it's all right.
Love the Notre Dame.
And now we await for Brian Kelly to join us here after his team moves to 10-1 with a 6th consecutive win in dominating fashion, 55-0 over Georgia Tech. The team runs through the tunnel. The seniors will stay out and find their parents, and continue to enjoy this day that ended with a 55-0 win. It's pushed Notre Dame to 10-1. Brian Kelly, head coach of Notre Dame, joins us now. After a 55-0 win, Brian, you thinking more about the defense pitching a shutout, or are all these seniors celebrating in fashion?
Yeah, probably a little bit of both. I mean, anytime that you can send off these guys, playing in their final game with a resounding victory, they're going to remember that for the rest of their life. But also, that's 3 games now that our defense hasn't let up a touchdown, and that's hard to do in college football, as you know. So I think those things are a great takeaway. And then, this team continues to play better and better week in and week out. This is a better football team in November than it was in September. So, all those things playing together today is why we're here where this 55-0 score shows itself.
And Brian, you walked me right to the question I'd like to ask next. Every coach wants to have his team playing its best football in November. What's the biggest reason your team actually is?
Well, I think we were patient. We were learning and developing along the way. And as you know, we played a lot of young players that had to continue to develop, and they did. Along with our veteran leadership and younger players coming together, this has been a magical, development ride for us. And we find ourselves in a very good position now with 1 game to play. And then, we're going to be a very difficult team to play because of the way we've developed throughout the year.
6 wins in a row, Brian. Special day for the seniors and for you as well. Enjoy.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Paul.
You got it. Congratulations to Brian Kelly, all-time winningest coach for Notre Dame. And I mean, truly, every coach in August will give some kind of presentation to his team about, here's the plan, and we're going to be playing better as the season gets longer. We're going to hit November, and we'll be the strongest we've been all season. It doesn't always happen that way.
Rarely does, yeah.
Exactly, it rarely does, and Notre Dame is the rare team that's actually hitting its stride that way.
And coaches love to be able to walk into the locker room and say, I told you this is what we would do. So it confirms the coach. It brings confidence in the entire program. And it's just a phenomenal display of talent. I mean, think about Marcus Freeman, his first year as a defensive coordinator, being able to overcome that loss against Cincinnati and create a dominant defense without its #1 star. Unbelievable effort by the coaches and players for Notre Dame.
You mentioned that we have the best stats man around in Tom Hacker. How about this one you just handed me? Okay, so the Irish have now gone 12.5 quarters without giving up a touchdown. That's their defense. And then he broke it down into this, 197 minutes and 23 seconds, because I was wondering about the seconds.
He's showing off. 23 seconds? How?
All the way down to the seconds, Heck.
And he doesn't leave anything to the imagination. He gives you all the information you need.
Notre Dame on Senior Day trounces Georgia Tech 55-0. That is 6 wins in a row. 10-1 record for the team that was ranked 8th in the college football playoff poll heading in, but Michigan State at 7. They got trounced in Columbus, so we'll see how high Notre Dame can climb early next week. Along with Ryan Harris, I'm Paul Burmeister. We'll be right back after this message. You're listening to Fighting Irish Football.
With so much financial uncertainty, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Sean Stevens, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, you can work together to help ensure you're prepared for the future. After all, retirement isn't the end of the road, it's a new beginning. Call 574-299-1287 to learn more. Edward Jones, member SIPC.